है ना?
There are already 200 plus, so I think we can start.
Because the first 5 minutes are very important. So let us wait for those people who want to join. We'll give that 2-3 minutes more. Till then, we'll talk about HHF. Hello, I'll start, Gopi.
Yeah, please start.
Wait. 300 झाले. Wait, थांब जरा.
Jovin, I want our master's photo right now on the spotlight.
हाँ, जोविन recording
1 minute, sir.
थोड़ी देर बाद. हाँ.
आराम से कोई दिक्कत. मैं जब बात करूंगा सर के बारे में तब I want that photo here.
रेकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट करायला विसरू नको.
नाही होते ते पण.
Start.
And recording the another thing I was thinking is like it is anyway going on YouTube. मग record करून काय करायचंय?
नहीं रहने दे.
Anyway,
by chance, Sunil sir, by chance there may be some contradictory statements. Then the YouTube gets off.
YouTube will remove it.
He will directly cut off the live airing of.
No. We have to do the recording for the same purpose. If at all it happens, कि अपने पास recording रहेगा.
Done.
so it's being recorded. Let's start. Come on.
Yes.
So shall I start? Hello all. A very warm welcome to all of you, my dear friends, my HHFians, my homeopaths, my fellow faculty members, every homeopath attending this webinar. A great namaskar from India. I am Dr. Mayuresh Mahajan and I am an HHFian. I belong to an organization called HHF. The pioneer of this HHF is Dr. Milind Rouser, who has a dream of a team working for homeopathy, for the growth of homeopathy, to make every single homeopath an able prescriber and a very confident and eligible and a great healer, a holistic healer. His aim was to make every homeopath, make you understand what is this holistic cure of homeopathy. And my dear friends, I'm proud that today within some hours, there are thousands of homeopaths who have logged in for this webinar called the Brahmastra. I will be coming up with what is the essence of this Brahmastra, what is the motto of this webinar. Before that, I would like to tell you about HHF. Those who have joined this webinar for the first time, this HHF is an organization. It is an organization of homeopaths who like-minded people coming together, just quitting out their ego. We have friends, we have a number of team members who work selflessly for homeopathy, for the upliftment and the growth of homeopathy. And I, as I am representing HHF today, right now, that we are organizing a webinar series of Brahmastra. Brahmastra. I would like to say about something about Brahmastra. Brahmastra is a series of webinar where the name itself suggests Brahmastra is something which is a tool, a weapon to kill the demon, kill the devil. The devil, not a normal devil, a devil who has immense power, the devil who is unbeatable, the devil, the darkness, the disease, which is not curable, which is difficult to cure. We, HHF, a team, is coming up announcing a series of Brahmastra where we will be, confirm your speaking language?
नहीं.
Okay,
Go ahead.
You're perfect.
Go ahead.
So we in Brahmastra, we will be demonstrating you the cases with different types of diseases. Arthritis, thyroid, PCOD, infertility, and at the later stages, we'll be showing you some cases of diabetes, cancers, autism, everything we'll be showing. We have a huge team, and we have amazing cases. We'll be showing you how to deal with such types of cases where there is no answer. We are not God, but there is something which we know. And we, as a homeopath, as the disciple of Master Milind Rouser, we want to demonstrate some tips where we can show you that there is something which has the possibility to treat the incurables. And that is what is the basic aim of this webinar, Brahmastra. It is this, before I start with the session, I would like to tell you This is just another tool. Before that, I'm telling you, it's a big disclaimer. Every time Brahmastra means whatever we are going to teach you is just for your own understanding. Every time this is not applicable. Every time you don't have to just take a Brahmastra to hit a small mosquito. Try to understand this Brahmastra is only for those where there are cases where you are not able to reach, where those cases are, you feel sometimes that this case is, Baba, apne bas ki baat nahi, this is not my cup of tea. Bhai, aap leke jao. This is not my cup of tea. We in homeopathy wants to just wipe it off from the homeopath's mind. That faith, that confidence we want to build up in a homeopath. Every single homeopathic physician should feel, say, yes, I can do it. This, yeah, aapki bas ki baat nahi hai. No, this is not the thing. Everyone should have that ability, efficacy, and sufficiency to make this possible. The possible of killing the demon or the devil, which is ruling, and we have some weapons we can definitely take over and conquer the darkness of the sufferings of the people. So once again, a very, very warm welcome to all my dear homeopaths, the entire fraternity, and of course, my dear HHF friends. I could see so many names. They'll say the क्या बोलते हैं उसको, the family, HHF family. Love you all. So ये जब हम लोग जब बोलते हैं ना ब्रह्मास्त्र, and when we utter this word psychodynamics, this word in the dictionary, you have a different meaning. And when you understand this word psychodynamics with the master's mouth, means one master is Milind Rouser, he has a different meaning. Dictionary meaning of psychodynamics I gone through, but it's not like what master used to understand is. Let us understand. I know he must be dancing in ecstasy up about there, because so many people attending. Please.
Rouser's photo you were.
Rouser. Those who don't know who is this man, this is the Milind Rouser, who has, instilled confidence in me. Why I'm talking about this? See this man. See the laugh, and I will share few incidences. It will take 4, 5, 7 minutes, I know, but these incidences are very, very important for everyone's life who is listening out here, because this was something. I was a person who was very adamant, very egoistic, very obstinate, not listening to anyone. Mera hi sach. I am the one. I know everything. I am I was that kind of a guy, and I happened to meet this man, Dr. Milind Rouser, and I started believing. एक second. तो आवाज बंद करा प्लीज, किचन सा तो पण बंद कर ना जरा. So this master Rouser, there were so many conflicts, so many arguments. I would like to share 2 arguments and how I reached and why I'm this big fan of this, the word psychodynamics. I'll let you know. I'll tell you. Give me for 5 minutes. I used to be there along with Sunil Kewai, Yogesh Rajulkar. So many homeopaths. We used to go together for seminars. And sir used to, come on, Maida. He used to call me Maida. And he said, Maida, chale kal apne ko Shegaon jaane ka. Sir, kal, tomorrow is my clinic. This is not done. Please, we'll go on Sundays. Chal rahe, kuch nahi hota hai. How come kuch nahi hota hai? I will lose my patients. Sir used to, now this is very important, my dear friends. Sir used to, kuch nahi aayega. You will not lose a single patient. Just think otherwise, that you will not lose a single patient. You will not lose any single patient. So I used to say, hey, kuch bhi bolte, sir, kuch bhi, don't tell me anything. This is nothing. It's aisa kuch nahi hota hai. Aisa kuch nahi hota hai. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is nothing. Sir should, arey, chhod na, sun na meri baat. He said to me, my idea sucks. Mind it, these words, please, every homeopath who is listening this, please, please, please. I have considered these words useless for some time. And now I'm feeling that this is the word, this is the line of life. He said to me, success is also you. Failure is also you. You have to decide whether you want success. You have to decide whether you want failures. if you'll just creep upon failures, I don't know anything, I am lost, I am a failure, I quit. This is the journey towards failure. If at all there are so many failures in their life. A homeopath always, I know, there are so many homeopaths, they feel themselves of big failure, my dear friends. No, it's not like that. Success is the thing which you can draw on your own hands. You can do success. मतलब ऐसा नहीं होता सर, ऐसा नहीं होता है. तो so everybody would have been successful in this world. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. I don't believe this. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is nothing. कुछ नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कुछ नहीं. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Then Rouser, now those who have seen Rouser will remind these events. He used to sit like this, and he used to laugh like this. He said, now this is very important for all homeopaths listening. Listen to this very carefully. They said, sir, my idea. You know what is nothing, nothing? You're saying nothing, 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 nothing. He showed me a video of a spiritual guru. And he said, you know what is the importance of, listen to this video. And he told me, and he demonstrated me live examples. He had taught us life. He said, you know what is nothing? You are telling me the nothing, aisa kuch nahi, nothing, nothing, nothing. You know what is the importance of nothing? So I was really, nothing, nothing, aisa kuch nahi hota, sir, aap kuch bhi mat bolo, don't tell me anything. It's nothing. He said, you know what is nothing? Just put a space between no and thing. And you'll come to know how and such important thing is no thing. No thing. You know, what is this no thing? Kya chal raha hai? What is this? He said, if you want to understand what is nothing, you have to understand what is, first of all, understand this thing. 2 minutes more. Understand it very clearly. My dear friends, 2 minutes more I'm taking. Then we'll start the introduction. But this is very, very important. I said, what is this no thing? And he used to say in such a wonderful way, you cannot divert your attention at all. You know, what is this no thing? Understand thing. What is thing? He said, you know what is a thing? The thing is, I had written his words, his lines. His thing is something which is definite, which has definite dimensions, which has definite boundaries, which you can see, which you can measure, which is in the boundary, which is in the box, which has a magnitude, which you can touch, which you can prison, which you can hold it, which you can touch it, which you can sense it, which with your eyes, which you can sense it, your six senses is a thing. I said, right, absolutely. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Then he said, then what is, you know what is no thing? You know? Again, he showed me the video and said, this is what he's taking. It's absolutely superb. No thing is something which is indefinite, which is out of the box. Then I started wondering, what is it trying to tell me? It is something out of the box, something which has no dimensions, which has bloody no, you cannot measure it. You don't have a boundary. You don't have it's out of the box. This out of the box word, I'm telling you, my dear friends, this out of the box word was Master's most favorite word. Someone is speaking in between. Please mute yourself, please. Hello. This out of the box is very, very important. You cannot touch it. You cannot see with your two eyes open. Still, you cannot see it. You can perceive it. You can feel it, but you cannot touch it. बात में दम. बात में तो बहुत दम है. मिलो, yes, right. Which you cannot see through the six senses of your body. Still, there is something which is existing, but still you cannot touch it. You know what is it? Yes, I'm trying to find out. You know what is it? Understand. This is the third eye. This third eye, everyone has this third eye. It's not about any Lord I'm talking about. That you have a third eye. This third eye is something which is out of your six senses, which is the unseen. You have to awaken yourself. You have to be aware of this third eye. You have to be aware of this reading in between the lines. What I am trying, patient बोल कुछ रहा है, कर कुछ रहा है और दिख कुछ रहा है. But this, for every single homeopath, we in this series of Brahmastra will be nurturing you, refining you, excelling you. This third eye of understanding a person in a very different way, in an out of the box way. No doubt this will be only applicable in the cases where it is very difficult to understand a case. Otherwise, but obvious cases, you are absolutely there with all those protocols, all those what, how, why, concern, adaptation, reaction. You need to know. 110% agreed. But when in spite of applying all those, when you don't know, which is the unseen, which is out of the box. A physical body is made of trillions of cells, my dear friends. A physical body is made up of trillions of cells, and these trillions of cells have a definite shape, structure, function. That is everything. Vital force is nothing, which is infinite. The cells are absolutely with definitions, dimensions, directions. In the box, mitochondria, agreed, everything. Vital force. You can't see it. You can catch it. But it is the most important part of our body. Do you agree this? The love. I love her at any cost. I don't have any words to express my gratitude towards master. Means what? I don't have any exact word which is in the boundary where you cannot explain. Sometimes it goes out of your explanation, out of your boundaries, out of your box, but still it persists, but it exists. And this absolute existence, without understanding, without touching it, without feeling with the six senses of the body, but still it exists. That is nothing, which is above everything. What we say, sky is the limit. What is the sky is the limit? Sky is the limit means it's haywire, but it still exists. That was the word, that was the mantra given to me by our disciple, master, Dr. Milind Rouser. And I was spellbounded with this understanding explanation. The third eye, my God, this was something. He has written in a book, I will sometimes put it in my Insta, see how he had written, explained it so beautifully. Science, modern science with reports. Blood sugar 120/80 is everything. But wisdom is nothing. The cells, the organs is everything. But the soul is nothing. If you want to touch that nothing, to touch that third eye, to understand or perceive this wonderful, wonderful thing called the nothing, which master used to call psychodynamics. The beginning of the definition of vital force, Hahnemann said 300 years ago, has mentioned the spiritual dynamic force. What is spiritual? You need to understand, which has no boundaries. See how it was related by master. And the dynamic, which is the unseen, but you can feel it, but you cannot touch it, you can sense it, you can smell it. You cannot smell it. Do you agree? You cannot smell the vital force. Kidhar hai? Idhar hai. I say you can pinpoint. Can you pinpoint? But with the help of the gestures, the emotions, the diseases, this is nothing but called the psychodynamics. I take an infertility case where a husband's reports are normal. A wife's reports are also normal. But there is no bonding. Now, this no bonding, you cannot put it in words. You cannot put it in letters. Give one single example where you can have a report that there is no bonding in front. Hence, the sperm is not going in. Hence, the OI is not accepting millions of sperms. There are millions of sperms coming into that egg. But the egg is the egg is kicking off those millions of sperm. Now, do you have any explanation about it? And this woman is not getting conceived because of that lack of bond. Love is not there. No, love is something which is nothing. You cannot explain. And this is what we are going to take in this entire series of Brahmastra, the unseen, the third eye. So this is just an introduction for all those, my dear friends, those who have joined this link, who are listening to us for the first time. This is just a glimpse. This orientation programming cannot teach you everything in 2-3 hours. Actually, we had planned to take this for 4 hours, but so much time it was not possible for us. So we tried to give the bestest, the glimpses, what are we going to conduct in the series of these episodes of Brahmastra. So saying so, I will be coming up in between. So this psychodynamics, I used to take full of zeal. But some people used to ask me, I said, there is nothing written here. There is nothing written. How could you say? So we have Dr. Asher Shaikh, who will be coming up with his GNM presentation. Now GNM is running worldwide. And we, in HHF, we never have a in the box thinking. We thought of understanding this third eye with respect to the psychodynamics and GNM. How scientific GNM is, you need to understand. And psychodynamics, how artistic it is. And once we combine GNM with art, so we have a concrete proof that this is the nerve, this is the thought, and this is the problem. This will come into places. Before I invite Dr. Asher Shaikh, I would like to, there are so many things. HHF is organizing, HHF this as an organization, we are getting this seminars on 23 and 24th of November. Why I am telling this? Because there are thousands of homeopaths here. Those who are not aware about HHF seminars, this is for them. 23 and 24, there is a in Hyderabad for 2 days. Those who are really interested and in and around Hyderabad, I'm talking about in and around Hyderabad, please don't miss this wonderful opportunity. 2 days of seminar. Then 1st of December, there is a seminar in Jaipur, HHF again. 7th and 8th of, so in Jaipur, in and above around Jaipur, please don't miss this opportunity. 7th and 8th of December again, Shegaon seminar in HHF. 21st and 22nd of December, again, Chhattisgarh. Those who are in and around, who are not aware about HHF, don't miss this golden opportunity, because we'll be taking in this in a very basic way. And 11th and 12th of January, Dr. Farooq Master Sir is conducting a webinar of offline seminar on cancer. We need to understand his understandings. He's so 45 years of experience understanding cancer through the master, the legend, on 11th and 12th of January in Mumbai. Those who are in Mumbai, in and around Mumbai, don't just book those dates, 11th and 12th January. If at all you are really interested to understand and treat cancer cases, this is the best opportunity, 11th and 12th. Farooq Master Sir will be there. Even HHF team is also there. And that is all for this. आगे बहुत seminars है. June पुणे में भी है, first week of January, 6-7 January.
4th and 5th.
4th and 5th January, Pune. Those are in and around Pune who are listening for the first time. Please don't miss all these opportunities. Don't miss them for the world. I'm telling you.
Delhi
So,
also.
huh?
Delhi.
Delhi, sorry. Delhi अभी तक decide नहीं है, लेकिन 18th and 19th of January, first week of February. No, first week of February. First week of February, 2nd and 3rd. Delhi and North India, we all are there in the seminar of HHF. Don't miss it for the world. We'll be taking so many cases there in Delhi. Please don't miss that. So saying so,
Yes, before moving to Dr. Asher, let me introduce him. So why, as HHF, why we are doing all these things, and why we are introducing this psychodynamics and GNM. So as an organization, we are constantly exploring innovative approaches. We are constantly exploring innovative approaches to clinical homeopathy. Now, why there is need for these innovative approaches? Because as I'll be again saying this in my video, that there has been a paradigm shift in the disease structure, in the disease function, in the disease dynamics, and the disease expression. I guess all those who are practicing will agree to this statement that last 2 decades there have been a paradigm shift into the disease dynamics and disease expressions. We are seeing such conditions which are very difficult to treat, not only difficult to treat but difficult to understand, especially post COVID era. So we have exploring various innovative approaches like psychodynamics was introduced by our master Dr. Milind Rao more than a decade back. And this year we are going to introduce GNM. These are alternative healing paradigm. And GNM is one of the alternative healing paradigm founded by Dr. Hammer, which views disease as a natural response to certain physiological, psychological conflicts rather than an isolated biological malfunctions. Right? So Dr. Asher, he is a mentor and director at HHF Academy. He is part of HHF and he's a global mentor, mind you, global mentor of German New Medicine. And we call him, as a friend, we call him a celebrity homeopath who is treating many Bollywood stars, including Akshay Kumar and sorry, but his friend, and everybody knows that. More than 50 stars, Hollywood stars, Bollywood stars, and may he reach in Hollywood. But we are happy that homeopathy is reaching to not only to global masses, but to the elite population, and it has sustained and it should grow globally. So we have introducing and we are now making it publicly out of HHF, these 2 healing paradigms. So along with psychodynamics, and GNM will help in exploring the potential emotional origins of their ailments, guiding us through a process of precise case taking. So how is going to help? The case taking will be precise. Now further, Dr. Asher will take
I would
over
like,
and explain these in details. Yes, Sunil, you want to say something?
yes, I would like to add something. Ki this Brahmastra, why this is orientation about Brahmastra, what we are going to plan or what we are going to conduct in recent future. So this is orientation for that. And why
Yes.
the Brahmastra name? Because Brahmastra is a very strongest and such a weapon, which, as Mayur said, we are not going to use it on small things. Brahmastra is a weapon which should be there in an arsenal, and when your all weapons fail,
Yes.
when you are nowhere, whenever there is a situation of do or die, when there is a threat for your survival, then only you are expected to use Brahmastra.
Yes.
Rouser used to teach us, and that's what I would like to add. Ki Rouser were working on this idea of psychodynamics for years together. He introduced us to this idea, to me, KY, Mayur, all team, all senior mentor teams, in I think in 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14 till 16. So Rouser were, and he used to initially force us to learn about GNM. Rouser was a voracious reader. He was a master. He had read all GNM. He used to tell us the story of Dr. Hammer and all those things. And after that, he got that insight and he tried to club. And Rouser always believed in innovative ideas. So he always thinking that, like one time he introduced emotional case taking and intellectual case taking. So Rouser was a person who wants that homeopathy should flourish and we should be able to treat every kind of case. And in that process, Rouser always used to say there is a big lacuna in case taking of the people. people got stuck up in case taking. And at that time, he was working over this facet, and then he realized he read GNM through and through, and then he clubbed his idea. Then he shared all those ideas with all of us. Mayur had worked. I say Mayur was adamant about this idea, and Mayur was used to irritate Rouser. कि नहीं ये ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. It's not like that. It's like that. And then we, after applying those ideas for years together in our clinic, combining the GNM and the artistic part, then we came to know, we arrive certain conclusion, and that's what we are going to deal in future. In certain diseases, why cancer happens, why cancer of ovary, why cancer of cervical region, why cancer of blood, why cancer of brain, why cervical pathologies, why PCODs, why uterine cyst, why fibroid, why CA uterus. So everything is linked biologically, artistically, a person wise, and this is the gift of Rouser and the tremendous efforts of HHF team, and we are clubbing all those things to, because nowadays we are dealing with very different diseases, and at that time our case taking should be focused. So we want to share all those things with our dear HHFians. So for that purpose, we will learn GNM also, and at the same time the psychodynamics part of that same disease that we are planning. So we will proceed further. And Asher, I will.
Mind you, guys, these healing paradigms, these approaches will complement our conventional thought process of understanding a man in disease. So this will aid in understanding a man in disease in very difficult situations where there is paucity of information, where there is confusing life space, when there is overlapping states. So we are moving ahead.
Where
So
there
it's
is too much
support.
information, where there is
Yes.
too much information, and where to focus.
Yes.
What
Where
should be Dr. Hahnemann said the physicians should have knowledge of disease, knowledge of medicine, and application of knowledge of disease to knowledge of medicine. So you should know what is to be treated in that case. That we are going to deal in this series. And for that purpose, the idea of GNM and psychodynamics is very essential, because in long case or long history, or in certain cases, there is a multiple amount of information is there, and you should know what is there which made that person sick and what is to be cured with your medicines.
So it's going to complement our conventional thought process of understanding a man in disease, and GNM along with psychodynamics will provide an alternative pathway for those difficult cases where we need to understand a deeper connection between emotions and pathology, where there is a need of understanding a deeper connection between emotions and pathology, enhancing its domain of holistic perspective. So these two weapons, this Brahmastra is going to enhance our perspective of holistic healing. So it's going to aid and help us. Okay. So Dr. Asher, over to you.
Ek second only. First, Doctor, before Asher, you start. It's a journey of GNM and psychodynamics. This is not one night journey, my dear friends. We have fought with him like cats and dogs. हमरी तुमरी पे आते थे, कॉलर पकड़ने तक आती थी बात, HF की को छोड़ने की बात आती थी, इतना राड़ा होता था. And then see, everything happen, nothing happens by chance. Everything is destined. So we had a psychodynamis. So then we came to this is an art and this is science. Psychodynamics is an art, and we'll come to the next cases. We'll come to know, and then we'll show cases where what is the journey of GNM and what is the journey of psychodynamics. What is an art and what is science, and you will love it like anything. This is what we feel. So let us start. It's to you, Asher.
Only one thing I would like to add.
Thank you.
Only one thing I would like to add. These both things are not totally different.
Exactly.
They are the sides of one coin.
Also homeopathy.
Yeah, exactly. Also homeopathy.
Yeah.
Over to you, Asher.
Oh my God. Thank you. Mayur sir. Thank you, Krish. Thank you, Sunil sir. and all my mentors and colleagues, all the teachers of HHF Academy. It's been a journey. In fact, the more time it took to introduce this thing, and the resistance which was there made me learn more and go more deeper in understanding. And I really want to thank everyone, because it has been a great journey, and that has made me struggle and use the word dare to be wise. It's going to be dare to be wise. I just was reading this chats. The chat say Dr. Anita Yadav has written, that's why Google will yet not understand what is homeopathy. Why does that thing happen? Have you realized that? Because we are yet not following Dr. Hahnemann's line, dare to be wise. And my dear friends, believe me, after this lecture of all four of us, you will have that daring to head on go and argue on medicine, homeopathy, and its results with reasoning, with proper understanding of the internal of the body. And I am sure nobody will contradict. Nobody will say homeopathy is all a placebo. That's the reason they can write this, that yet not understood what is homeopathy, the Google says. So my dear friends, we have been struggling to bring that change on Google. And Google also one day says, yes, we understand homeopathy and this is homeopathy. And that is the most important driving force and motivation of HHF and HHF Academy. So embark on this journey and see how we can be more stronger and we can dare to be wise. So I'll not take much of your time. Let me introduce you the whole concept. And again, I'm telling you, use this as a tool. Absolutely don't stop taking the long case histories and the way you are practicing. Use this tool. It's a Brahmastra. Use this tool when you are stuck. When you think, oh my God, there are 10 diseases, 10 different stresses, 10 different reasons, 10 things in the IPR, and what to pick and how to go ahead. When you are stuck there, do that. Use it. And that will help you. And why it will help you? If there is a person who is going to ask you questions, why are you asking us mind symptom? You can easily tell him how his organ is getting affected, and he'll be shocked. He'll be shocked to know what exactly the understanding is. So let me share my slide. Okay, I hope everybody can see this.
Yes, Asher, go ahead. It is visible.
Black. Okay, done. So what we are going to work here is going to be the conflict to clarity. Experience healing like never before with GNM and homeopathy. The information given in this presentation is for educational purpose only. It's not intended to substitute for professional medical services. Participants should consult their medical doctors for health reason before using anything that is disclosed during the closure of this presentation. Students shall not use any of this different given in the presentation while writing their examinations. So my journey started with Dr. Hahnemann as we went into college, and then to make myself wiser, I had to take help of Dr. Reich Hammer. So this two combination helped me understand the internal of the human being. And I was hell-bound to combine this and make an understanding, because they both are nature's science. I'll explain you how they are nature's science. Dr. Praful Vijaykar was one who introduced me to the idea of German New Medicine, and that helped me immediately book my tickets and fly to Austria, where I learned German New Medicine under the Masters of German New Medicines. Dr. Milind Rao sir, a lot of respect to him, because he's the one who is all the time guiding me with 12, 15, 17, 20, all my HHF family. I mean, it's not that number which I said, it's hundreds of them, hundreds of them. Everybody has his own input, and that is helping HHF grow by, I mean, absolutely infinite growth is going to be seen in HHF in coming years. So this is all about Brahmastra. And these things, the reason of showing this photo is just not to show that what can we do. It is this type of things when come in front of you, you should not get frightened. They immediately show results if you apply the Brahmastra properly. Everything has a why. Why German New Medicine? Brahmastra is an ultimate weapon in India mythology, employed with wisdom and precision, intended for unique and challenging circumstances, same as GNM, which is highly specialized, individualized approach to healing that helps understand exact deep-rooted causes of disease, which the conventional medicine calls as disease, but after understanding today's psychodynamic and GNM lecture, it is just an adaptation or a survival mechanism. So, being the survival mechanism, it removes the fear of disease in you as a physician. I think I'm hiding this. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I will change.
चांगलं दिसतंय अशर.
नाही माझं चेहरा I am coming in front of the slide, right?
ठीक है, थोड़ा सा चलता है.
Okay. Because next was the slides when I'm going to teach, every small word counts. Okay. Being the survival mechanism, it removes the fear of disease in you as a physician and as also a patient. The patient starts trusting you because you just don't ask him the mind. You explain him why we asking the mind, and we explain him how it is affecting the growth or stimulating that growth in his body. Nobody ever explained him. Nobody guided him. Nobody told why this tumor, why this pathology, or why this cancer has come. And we as a homeopath dare to be wise, to come on the Google, Anita ma'am, are going to work very hard by taking these tools into homeopathy and proving to the world what we can do. So today's highlight, I need to always summarize my lecture so you know where I'm going, what I'm going to do, and what you're going to learn. Today is, although each remedy clears the lesion initially, so when we get stuck, we get stuck especially in these conditions mostly, and that is going to be the highlight of this lecture, where I'm sure this was a common thing discussed with all our mentors, all our HHF mentors, that this is where we need to highlight. Although each remedy clears the lesion initially, the condition consistently relapses. I'm sure you give a medicine to psoriasis, the psoriasis beautifully goes and comes back again. And then the next high potency fails to work. The same remedy fails to work. The change remedy also fails to work. Have you found answer to this? I'm sure many of us have not. We have worked, our HHF team have worked day in and day out to get answers to this. And there we have come with a conclusion. The conclusion is, are we lacking the knowledge of disease? We have a lot of knowledge of medicine. Our mentors have taught everything to you about medicine. Now our mentors in Brahmastra will try to teach you the knowledge of disease, how to apply it to the knowledge of medicine. And that's going to be the most important thing of Brahmastra series. Here we take help of Dr. Hahnemann and his aphorism. If the physician clearly perceive what is to be cured in disease, that is to say, in every individual case of the disease, knowledge of disease and its indication, it clearly perceives what is curative in the medicine. That is to say, in each individual, knowledge of medicinal powers, the choice of remedy, the doses, and the judicious use and rational use of our art. This is Dr. Hahnemann who has said. So, where to get this knowledge of disease from? That was a big question before I started learning psychodynamics and German new medicine. So the aphorism of 4, he says, he is likewise a preserver of health. If he knows the thing that derange health and cause disease and how to remove them from the person in the health. German new medicine helps you understand the embryology, the tissues, the nerves, the brain, and tries to pick out the cause of the disease. And our aphorism always says causa causalis. So don't you think that everything what is written in our organon is resonating with German new medicine? And that is what is so beautiful about using this tool in our practice. GNM and psychodynamics, spiritual insight. I'm sure Dr. Mayur will understand this because he always usually forced us to understand the spiritual insight behind understanding every case. He pushes us to go into that level of understanding. Just as only those with high spiritual disciplines could wield the Brahmastra, GNM and psychodynamics requires practitioners to understand the mind-body-soul connection, which he always says, with all 5 biological laws. Now, my dear friends, you have to really concentrate on what I'm going to say now. It's not going to be a theory. It's going to be more of understanding. Each line which I'm going to say is very important because I've tried my best to compile everything in 1 hour. So 5 biological laws are very important to understand. Why they are 5 biological laws? Because the body is involved. The body performs or heals or dies in the same way. So nature has its own way of recycling life. And our body follows the same principle. It heals itself naturally. So our body once dies, all the microorganism, everything come together to eat up the body once it starts disintegrating. Even the bones are also just gets dissolved in the mother nature. So it's nothing but the survival mechanism. The same way how the body decomposes and mixes into the earth, the same way the dead tissue in our body are restored to health. The dead tissue, remember the dead tissue, our body cells are all the time, there is going to be injury or there's going to be multiplication, there is going to be dead cells which the body sheds and the new life comes in. So these biological laws, very important to understand. First, every disease, including cancer, originates from specific sudden intense shock experience that affects the psyche. So you have gone into more of a shock or a stress. Okay, you have gone into a stress and that triggers the either cell loss or cell proliferation in your body. Okay, the second biological law, the disease unfolds in 2 phases. Conflict active, when the disease started, you have to find the ailments from. Where the body adapts, then how the body adapts. Concern and adaptation, which we have learned in homeopathy. And then you understand the healing phase, where the symptoms are manifested during the tissue restoration. Very important to understand how the body is into this crisis, how it adapts, and how the healing phase occurs. We call it chain reaction. Okay. The ontogenetic system of tumor, the location of the symptom corresponds to the specific brain area. The brain gets affected. If you see the CT scan, that area of the brain which controls that organ shows swelling, shows a hammer herd. I will explain you in the main classes what hammer herd is, but here the brain shows a swelling, and that swelling is on the area of the brain which controls that organ. Later on, the dead tissue in our body has to be cleaned. So the microbes come over there and they play a vital role in healing phase. Diseases are not contagious. Your body is now into a healing phase. You just have to control and manage it with proper homeopathic medicine. Here we are going to learn hanging healing, and I'm going to teach you that also. Also, so-called diseases have special biological programs, should not be suppressed as they aid in restoring body's balance and well-being. All so-called diseases have special biological meaning. So every time there is a cyst, or every time there is a swelling or a abscess, and you give antibiotics for that, the antibiotics dry up the healing and there's a lump left over there. Why? Because you did not follow the 5 biological laws of the healing. And that's what homeopathy takes care of and heals us completely of the disease. And that's called the reversal of the symptoms. So homeopathy assists in these natural biological laws. So these laws are called biological because this is how body heals. This is a rule of nature. The above biological nature healing laws and our science of homeopathy being a nature science, they both work hand in hand to help us getting wonderful cures as per it is termed by Dr. Hahnemann. The aphorism number 1, the ideal cure. We all know vital force, so we know what the psyche is getting affected by, the vital force getting deranged. The psyche, a shock on the psyche, deranges the vital force, the vital energy. It is a morbid affected vital energy alone that produces diseases. Here, what he wants to say is that vital energy, when it gets affected, or vital force getting affected, is because of that shock which is coming. So let's learn that shock. Dr. Kent says the tissue could not be so sick unless something prior to them had been deranged and make the person sick. Means before the symptoms are seen, before a tumor or a pathological change in the body is seen, there is something which has happened which has made the person sick. The real sick man is prior to the sick body. So what symptom you are experiencing is after that shock. Diseases are not malfunctions, the organism, but instead they are biological special program of survival. Very, very important. You are surviving. You are not diseased. If you survive better and understand the biological laws and not fear diseases, which has become a normal common phenomena that we go to doctor and we get a lot of fear by what reaction he gives. Also, we are capable of healing our own diseases. The healing of the diseases is inherent in all of us. We all get wounds and they won't heal, whether you apply betadine or you don't apply betadine. But note, the condition which go into the conflict active phase and hanging healing require homeopathy. Very, very important. This is where we need to give proper homeopathic medicine to see changes and make the person survive better. And to make the person survive better, let's understand hanging healing. This hanging healing is responsible for us. After giving medicine, we get results, and then the symptoms relapses, and then we don't get results, is what is hanging healing. And we all are going to understand that in short in today's lecture. So like Brahmastra, irreversible power, GNM aims for final transformative healing by finding and resolving root issues. Both symbolizes powerful, focused solutions grounded in wisdom and responsibility. That's what we are going to learn in this lecture. For that, now very, very important, I'm going to take you to anatomy and physiology a little bit. For 10 minutes, you need to concentrate and understand hanging healing cannot be understood if you don't know your own nervous system, how it functions. I'm sure, my dear friends, doctors, you understand this nervous system today. You will never, ever, ever, ever complain that I'm not able to sleep, I'm not able to heal. Understand your nervous system. It's a God's gift that it helps us heal ourselves. Only we need to understand this nervous system. So nervous system is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. This peripheral nervous system is later on divided into autonomic nervous system and somatic system. We are going to concentrate on the autonomous nervous system today, and that's going to make us understand what hanging healing is. And that's only the key to longevity. If you understand this, you all, my dear, forget about the patients. You all will also understand your body and not fear diseases if you are suffering. So in the day, my dear friends, we understand that the pupils dilate, we open our eyes, we secrete salivation, air dilates, you start breathing heavy when you are active, heart rate increases if there is stress, liver produces glucose. All activity of the body starts in the day. And in the night, everybody sleeps, everybody rests, everybody has to rest. If that person who is not resting, that's what we call is ads, not able to sleep every night, is sleep is distressing, and I'm getting into some big disease. That's the warning that you're going into some disease. Immediately improvise and solve your conflicts so that you improve and start healing before something big happens. So this is the rhythm of the autonomous nervous system. This is the rhythm of the autonomous nervous system. Very important to understand. And this reason, if continues, then you are healthy. So this is a normal rhythm. Day you fight, night you rest. Day you go to the clinic, night you rest. Day you travel and take a lot of lectures, night you rest. The day you play a lot and travel and take more decisions or more meetings, night you rest. This way you heal. This way you heal. This way. But problem happens when this rhythm is broken. This is called in German medicine as normotonia. The issue. What is the issue? The issue is day you are normal and you suddenly you hear a news here that there is death in the family or some shock or there is a financial loss. You go into stress, active stress. This is the sympathetic reaction is activated and it no longer comes to normal. The parasympathetic nervous system never comes. The stress goes on, and that is going to affect that organ and that part of the brain which that psyche has affected. I again repeat, there is a death in the family, and that death immediately gives a shock to the girl. The shock is a loss or a death conflict. That loss the girl could not tolerate is not naturally going to affect her ovaries. How? I will tell you how that happens, how it directly goes to the ovaries. We have to learn little of embryology for that, which again I'm going to take in short. And this is what happens. There is, once the conflict is resolved, and you either give a homeopathic medicine or the person's conflict is resolved by himself and there is no longer a conflict active phase going on and there is a hanging healing, the person heals by itself and goes into a normal movement of their life and heal. So a sympathetic reaction, daytime, stress, too much of stress lands into hospital. Then there is a secondary healing, scarring, and again the life goes on. Even if we come to a stress resolution, a homeopath, that homeopath also helps. There is prolonged rest and the patient heals. Then there is too much of stress. You don't realize, you don't go to homeopath, you go on popping pills, and that helps into hanging phase and deterioration and death. So what is hanging healing? My dear friends, very important to understand. Hanging healing, the stress is going on and on, on and on, on and on. There is no healing occurring. This stress is changing the brain, pushing the brain to put pressure on that organ, and that organ, according to the embryological layer which it has or holds or is made up of, either grows or losses. So if it grows, then it is going to be a tumor. And if there is a loss, that's going to be osteoporosis or osteolysis. So every embryological response separate. So hanging conflict, which will help us get answer. Why after giving medicine, there is a relapse in our cases? Why same remedy fails? Why changing the remedy again still does not help? The answer to this is as follows. Hanging conflict, again, the same thing. We get stuck halfway in the ropes, unable to go forward. The stress lingers and the body remains till you allow homeopaths to give your history and find out the ailments from and work, because that's how homeopathy helps. It helps our emotional stability to come in. We find the ailments from and we give the medicine, then that situation or that thing which is triggering the psyche to stimulate the brain and the organ, the effect of the medicine does not allow you to go into that stress. That stress is no longer a stress for you. The homeopathic medicine emotionally makes you stronger to withstand these situations. So lasting intense conflict activity, however, drains energy, which could lead to death. We have learned that. Let's learn this. Now, there's a lot of theory and understanding. I'm sure this must be little heavy for you on your brain, but let's learn it and make it easy from the case of a leprosy. Why I selected this case? Because this case is not touched by most of the doctors. They usually fear touching the patient. They run away from the patient. Why this has happened? There it comes, Dr. Anita, dare to be wise. Dare to be wise, and that happens when you understand leprosy. Who will get leprosy? Is it a disease which, if touched, can be going into another person? And that's how these people are isolated. So this is going to be a contradictory thing, but this is what you're going to learn today. Leprosy always be labeled by all this chronic, most infectious, rare, God curse, irreversible pathology. Leprosy is deeply misunderstood disease, often isolating those affected due to fear of stigma. Many still believe in highly contagious, leading to social rejection, untouchability of the patients, and we know how things are. Homeopathy offers a lot of hope, and this is how we approach these cases. Now, this case, he was already diagnosed with leprosy since a month. He has skin eruptions, swollen patches with deformities, started from right to left elbow, medial side, now all over body, burning sensation with numbness, generalized weakness with low appetite. These were his reports. The smear from the reddish patch of the left arm, bilateral legs and back shows presence of acid-fast bacilli resembling Mycobacterium leprae. Eruption were presented as like this. So he's showing all his body. This is in short what he's trying to show. Okay. I really don't have time to ask questions and discuss, so I'll go ahead very smoothly to understand what is this growth on his body. We need to understand, and that is what is knowledge of disease, which we are going to learn today. And that helps us to become wiser. So I want all homeopaths, all those who are listening to this, never ever fear leprosy because that's the label given them there by them. It's not a disease. It's just a survival mechanism. It's just an adaptation. The body is going into a chain reaction. Now, this case, he talks about how the way we take our case history. But in this whole case history, he talks about his ailments from and his adaptation and his disposition. I will not play the whole one, but listen.
त्यांना त्याचं जे फोड झाले त्याचा त्रास नाही होता पायाला जे झालं ना त्याच्यामुळे आग होती आणि चालता येत नाही ते सूज आली ना त्याच्यामुळे थोडं पाय चालण्यासाठी त्रास होते बाकी त्याचं खाजत वगैरे काय नाही चुळचुळ वगैरे काही करत नाही खाजत नाही एवढं खाजत नाही चुळचुळ करत नाही बधीर झालंय का ते हा
I will read it for you what he says, because the video is going to take good amount of time and we have little amount of time to explain you all this, because I want you to concentrate and understand the basic concept of German new medicine. He says he has no conflict with anyone. Everything in his life is peaceful. He maintains good relationship with his wife, children, anywhere at work. He has never quarreled with anyone in the village, even if things go wrong. He simply lets the other person win, often saying, "You are great, I am small," as a way keeping the peace. He never looks in his stand because it takes his stand because of his love for harmony and aversion to arguments, prioritizing positive relationship and togetherness. He values being on a good terms with everyone and live together. He is somewhat fearful of his disease, not for himself, but for others. He does not want the disease to spread to his children, to other people in the family. The main concern is that no one else, especially his loved ones, should get it. He's living with his children who frequently visit. He worries about their safety and doesn't want his illness to cause them any harm. Overall, he is secretive, but he became emotional and tearful while speaking, deeply moved by thoughts of protecting his family from his disease. According to his son, he used to drink, which sometimes led to arguments between him and our mother. During those times, he would simply listen to her without responding, and she should shout on him. She used abusive words against him. They're feeling insulted by her words, but he keeps quiet. He is one who adjusts. He never argues with anyone and is usually naturally very caring. Recently, when our sister was unwell, he insisted her to come to his doctor appointment instead of him, prioritizing her health over her own, even though he has also been suffering so much. Now, my dear friends, how do we approach? We know our IPR, we do our case histories, but here in an hour's time, I had to show you how do we approach in GNM, which is going to be your Brahmastra, which is going to be your tool, one of the tool to hold on to what exactly is happening and how you can be wiser and understand what Dr. Hahnemann meant by understanding the knowledge of disease. The skin consists of two main layers, epidermis and dermis. We all know this. Epidermis, sorry. Okay, the epidermis and the corium skin. Now, the conflict for epidermis is different. The conflict for corium skin is different. So, if it is epidermis, it is separation conflict, and for corium, it is, so these are the different diseases. Separation conflict can cause these diseases, and attack conflict can cause these diseases. Okay, so leprosy. Which layer? Corium skin. Corium skin, the epidermis is the upper layer. This is the upper layer. We are not concerned of that. We are concerned of this. So attack conflict. What is the function of this layer? Protection. So naturally, if there's going to be attack, there's going to be injury to that. So corium skin, the German new medicines says us that the conflict for biological, the word is very important, the biological conflict for that skin, because the function of dermis is to protect. So what is going to make it survive or adapt, or what the conventional medicine says, or disease, is going to be the attack conflict. Attack conflict means the verbal attack. For example, being yelled at, scolded, assaulted, threatened, aggressive words typically hit the face, and an insult against one's intelligence. Once this is triggered, there is a disfigurement conflict, and this disfigurement conflict makes the person feel soiled, and this all combination lands him into hanging healing. He does not come out of it because there is an attack, there is disfigurement. That disfigurement does not allow him to go out. He broods over it, he dwells over it, and then he feels soiled and dirty, and all that cycle continues. And that is hanging conflict. So, how to use GNM? How to use it for our benefit? And what is that knowledge of disease? German New Medicine says that at the DHS, Dirk-Hammer syndrome, the shock, the conflict active melanocyte in the corium skin proliferate, the attacked or the soiled side, causing compact melanomas. And these melanomas are the healing phase. And these melanomas go on forming again and again, and there is no recovery. There is a thicker skin, protective layer, there are tumors, there are growth, there are lesions, and they go on multiplying because they feel that they are being attacked, so they become more and more. So the conflict active phase, melanocyte in the corium skin proliferate at the attacked soils area, forming compact growth of melanoma. Melanoma is more melanocyte, makes the skin more thicker, protecting it from the UV rays and the insult and the attack. So the body, if the person is not reacting, then the body tries to adapt for better survival, making the skin thicker and protecting him. So this is nature's law. So this is what happened to that guy. He had all those lesions on his body. The healing phase. Now this healing phase goes into hanging healing. So very important to understand. There is a conflict resolution. One day he feels that, okay, next day my wife will not shout. So there is bacterial and tubercular bacilli, which is coming up to eat the dead tissue. And the healing starts, but the growth, again, there is an abuse, again, there is an injury, and that person goes into hanging healing and skin sores and disfigurement conflict. So this is what happens to the dermis. It goes into conflict active and he lies here only. He does not move ahead. He is only in the healing phase. He is not going into epileptide crisis or scarification. There is melanocytes being deposited again and again, and there is cell proliferation and cell growth. So this is attack conflict, verbal attack, hearing offensive words. This is disfigurement, smelly, sweaty, stingy. People don't like to be around these people. Old mesoderm heals with cell proliferation. Now we come to the layers. Why there is growth? Why? Now, very important. Epidermis, there is skin loss. So psoriasis, you will find the skin shedding. Dermis, you'll find growths, proliferation. That's how every embryonic layer performs. And what is the significance of every embryonic layer is very important to learn, because from there you will see and understand after this disease what you will see in the patient, and after you give medicine, how the healing will occur. So in epidermis, the scaling will reduce first. That means the patient is healing. In dermis, the size of the growth, the proliferation will stop and the healing will start occurring. So these were the rubrics taken, very important for us. This is the tool which we were talking about to reverse most of the pathological conditions. We need to use this. This was the ailment. This was the shock which I was talking about. The psyche got affected. What did the psyche do on the skin? It affected the dermis, and the healing was melanoma formation which was not healing. So melanomas. So you need to take the tissue, which in our repertory, it has been mentioned with the name skin cancer melanoma, because that time the science said melanoma means anything oma means cancer. So they named this, but it's not a cancer. It's just a growth, a survival mechanism. How was the adaptation of the patient? Harmony, desire, and yielding. Very simple. It covers all three things. It also covers the overall layer. I'm not talking about the disease. Don't start taking the disease in your repertorization. See the layer affected, because that layer is also having its own brain. The layer also, the cells also have their own brain. How? I'll tell you now. So we are considering layer. For this layer, we see the pathology without doing biopsy. We have to take rubrics for this proliferation, that is pathological rubric, not diagnosis. Then the cause, ailment, and constitution rubric, adaptation, help us solve these things easily. That is what we are calling about knowledge of disease. So this melanoma is the knowledge of disease, what Dr. Hahnemann was talking about. So that's the follow-up. It's in Marathi, so I'll read it for you. I felt better within 8 days after starting with these medicine. Initially, doctor said you will have to take medicine for 12 months. Then we'll get some result, but I have stopped taking those medicines. This is what he said in the video. Doctor asked his son about the pain and narrated the complaints were there since 3 months. Used to get marble-like boils. We took medicine whole month, but there is zero relief. After coming here, he has got much relief. His vision was also affected. That also has improved. The vision also has improved. The vision also was getting affected because the dermis real also reaches to our eye pathologies or the layers which are covered, which when we teach you eye in Brahmastra, we will take that. So this was within a month span. But the patient in the video said within 8 days, I started feeling much better. All his body was clear. All these things were gone. So this is when happen when you understand everything what Dr. Hahnemann has taught us in our organon and we start applying it. So, my dear friends, I know it's becoming a little heavier. We are coming to the end of the lecture. Before I leave, I will teach you little amount of embryology, not very complicated, made it as easy as possible. And that if you understand and start replicating that in your clinic, because HHF is all about replication. Everything has to be easy. Why it has to be complicated? If homeopathy is easy, then why we need to know complicated things and go complicated way? So to make it easy, it is all these years I was trying to make it as easy as possible. And with the help of our mentors, everything has now fallen in place. So the three embryological layers, which you always need to know, is endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm. Okay, endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm. I'll forward this. So this is how the mesoderm, ectoderm, endoderm comes into existence. let's not waste time in this. I will explain you when I teach you in Brahmastra, different layers. So what is this? Now, the layers, why it is very important to understand layers. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So what is the brain of the cells? What we understand from here is, because these layers showed changes according to the conflicts, every layer shows different adaptation, which respond to different conflicts, which are, if those conflicts continue, it leads to disease or survival mechanism. Now, this is controlled by the brain. These brains get affected in different areas when the conflict hits the psyche. How? Because of the brain cells. So each layer and their cells have different brain, different way of survival. Ectoderm, the upper skin, sheds. The dermis multiplies. The ovaries go into cell loss. The uterus goes into proliferation. The whole of our gastrointestinal system, GI tract, is endoderm. Anything happening there will go into growth. Anything happening to the bone, there will be cell loss. So you see osteoporosis, osteolysis. The phenomenon of hen body staying alive when after being cut off can explain what cells and tissues have their own brain. Yeah, after the head is cut, the hen still flies for a long time. Why does it happen? The head has been beheaded. Why should the body go into this flurry situation? Is because our body is also having their own defense mechanism. The jellyfish lacks a central brain and nerve nets to control movement and response to stimuli, but it works on its cellular intelligence. So to change or give your prescription a Brahmastra, a edge, or to be very sure, you need to understand the embryology, and you need to understand how every layer survives and adapts. And my dear friend, when you combine all the knowledge of what HHF has taught you about knowledge of medicine with this, you will hardly fail. Each layer has a different survival mechanism. What we saw, it is called the brain of the cell. Now, the endoderm is controlled by the brain stem. This goes into proliferation. Anything happening here? Anything happening here, it's going to proliferation. There is no side. Don't ask mother and father when it is going to be the digestive system or the brain stem, because the old brain did not have left and right. Then the new mesoderm, the cerebral medulla. Then the cerebrum, the old mesoderm. So endoderm, ectoderm, and mesoderm. Mesoderm is two, new and old. Old, these are all old. They usually go into proliferation. So organ derived from endoderm are controlled from the brain stem. There is proliferation, means the brain of the cells is the brain cell. Here, if there is injury, there will be multiplication. So there is an injury, you will get a keloid on the skin. Okay, but at the dermis, there will be cell loss. So old brain, there is cell loss. This is how the brain of the every layer, ectoderm, endoderm works. Cerebral medulla and skin, cell loss. So anything happening, there will be cell loss here. Anything happening here, there will going to be multiplication, proliferation. This is only the brain. The brain of the cell is only two: grow or lose. Grow or lose. And the layer which controls that organ will either grow, multiply, or lose. How that is significant? So inner layer controls the survival. We saw it now. The rubric related to them are abdomen pain, anger after stomach ulcers, grief after respiration. So these are just what you say references which we can take into when the adaptation comes into play. So linked to the sensory communication, contact function, skin, nervous system, ailments from death of loved ones. So this is how cell proliferate. In these two, there is cell proliferation. So this is the brain of the cells. They are just taught to grow. The old brain. Kuch bhi hua, the healing process is to grow. And anything happening to the new mesoderm and ectoderm. Ectoderm can be skin. Ectoderm can be ovaries. Sorry, new mesoderms can be ovaries. There is always going to be cell loss. This has been taught. This is the brain of that layer. And if you don't take the brain of the layer, by understanding how it's going to respond, we may land up into not understanding the knowledge of disease. So here again, I repeat, the brain cell, there is cell proliferation. Okay. And here, cerebellum, again, cell proliferation. Cell loss here in cerebral medulla and cortex. So again, ask, why does the psyche affects the brain? To know this, how the brain body psyche is, this is to answer people. You know why you ask mind symptoms? What is this mind symptom doing on the body? You have to make them understand that the latest scientists are working on PNEI axis. They are now all biggest research. These are the papers which I could pull out. Is all around the PNEI axis. The biggest research is going on because they now are failing. They are not able to control diseases. So the answer to that is the neurotransmitters. Now, these neurotransmitters get fired on every emotional mood change. So every mood and emotion which is affecting the psyche, the fear, the pleasure, the happiness is affecting our brain. And that part of the brain controlling that organ is into problem. And that organ will go into, according to that layer, will go into, according it's to brain, will go into defensive reaction for survival. What are these neurotransmitters? These are the neurotransmitters. So if you are stressed, your anxiety and stress will go on. Children getting sick during exam are very anxious and stressed. And then they get cold, cough and fever. What is it? The histamine going up. This is what, if you start telling to a ENT and explaining to their parents, they understand, oh my God, the histamine goes up. And they cannot go on giving antihistamine because that's going to cause sleep to the child. And the parents are fed up, and that's when they come to you. So you have to ask, what is the anxiety and stress before exam of the child? And then select the proper medicine, proper rubrics for that. And homeopathic medicine, when given to these type of situation, makes the patient strong to face this situation of anxiety and stress in much better way. And that's how they heal. So the healing occurs from mind to the organ. If there is a lion behind you or a boss behind you all the time in the office, it's going to be fight and flight mechanism. This fight and fight mechanism is going to stimulate a lot of cortisol. And this cortisol is what is going to lead into more and more stress or growth or adaptation of the organ. So skin lesion conflict, what we know, so if it's a bulla, it's separation conflict, a macule, epidermis, it's separation conflict. If it is a nodule, there is a growth, it is attack conflict. If it is again a patch, separation conflict. So this is how we need to know. Here, the knowledge of disease is very important. How, what body is going to react, and it helps us in diagnosing also. So acne is very common. Acne is the best example. The girl starts menstruating, starts dressing up, starts going out, and there's an attack from mother and father that you have grown, now you cannot go out, you cannot wear these dresses, you should not look bad, you should cover your head, you should cover your face. All these is abuse on the face. Abuse on the face is an attack conflict, and that immediately increases her stress hormone, adrenaline goes up, histamine goes up, and the skin becomes bad. And that is an attack conflict of that girl. So all those who are having acne, you need to ask them, what is the behavior of the parents, or where is she being attacked on the face or abused, or there are arguments. So that's how things are. That's what I tried make you understand. One slide is remaining, which I will work out when other mentors are talking, is all about the side, the right side and the left side. That slide I'll be explaining in between when our mentors are talking. That will help us understand why the leprosy started at the right side and went to the left side. The right side of the body, leprosy started and then went to the left. So who was the culprit? Naturally, the wife was the culprit. Your partner is on the right side. But I made a slide for you. We will understand that. So shingles, what it is, can you comment in the chat box? Shingles is which layer? They say after you get this, you will also lose your eyes. So when you know GNM and the layer, you know that dermis will not go into the eyes. So why fear? It's the dermis. It's the dermis. It's the dermis. So naturally, it's not going to go to the eye. Yes.
Yeah.
So dermis, mesoderm, cell proliferation. Psoriasis, what is it? In the comment box. Skin is shedding. I gave you a clue. Skin shedding, the superficial cell loss. Yes, the dermis. Okay, we are on the end of the lecture. So, vitiligo, which layer? Vitiligo is most superficial. The last layer of strata, which is called, is the layer of epidermis which gets affected. Yes, the cause is brutal separation. But what is the brutal separation? We will take a lecture on skin and you'll see the leukoderma results there. That also we can use Brahmastra very well. Psychodynamics and German new medicine is beautiful to use in this type of cases. Yes, it is epidermis. The last slide of the quiz. I think that's all. Thank you. We will answer the question in the end of the session. Thank you. Hope I could make it as easy as possible and approachable with an example of leprosy. So don't fear leprosy and dare to be wise. And let's put our homeopathy on the Google map saying no. It's a science with a logic, and you can start taking homeopathy with that confidence. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. Asher?
Yes.
Yes, my dear HHFians, homeopaths, it's a long way to go. I found myself very curious about this theory of GNM, and I was really struggling hard. I'm still struggling. It's a
No, absolutely not. Well, he just is saying for the sake. This guy catches things very nicely and very early.
Yes,
but only, yeah, and what he's saying is absolutely not right. This one who understood it first.
So now what I want to tell my dear friends that yes, this is just the beginning. This GNM is just a beginning. We want this understanding of the nerve, the cell, the organ, the tissue, everything, how it happens. Because whenever now it's a time that homeopathy will be going, we are going in so many, now in 11th and 12th of this January, Farooq sir is going to take the case of cancer seminar, and he's been showing so many beautiful cases. Even I will be showing one of the cases. But there may be so many oncologists there who will question us. So this is a wonderful thing, a platform to understand, make them understand And they may, then we will not hear, matka laga by chance. It is nothing by chance. It's a wonderful science. But now, my dear friends, I will be sharing something which is more now artistic. Now, we understood the scientific approach of such thing. Now, this Sunil sir,
Make yourself mute.
Yes.
Sunil sir is there. Dr. Sunil Godge. Me घेणार ना आता?
I'm there.
Okay, shall I will proceed, right, sir?
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
So ये सर बोलेंगे ये बड़ा awkward होता है. दोस्त 100 लोगों के 1000 लोगों के सामने सुनील सर बोलने को awkward होता है. सुने बोलने को ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है. Sorry, यार. Thank you. So let us understand now the art. Mycobacterium leprae. Usher, believe me, yaar, our Rouser, he used to take leprosy camps.
Wow.
And we used to go accompany him with, and Mayur Mahajan, you understand, this man who was so much egoistic, with so much of prejudices carrying on. It's a contagious disease. It is this. It is like, I will suffer this, that, all things I was carrying on. And Rouser used to take my hand and forcibly take me into the camps of leprosy cases. And I was like this, okay. And Milind Rao used to caress the lesions. He used to touch the lesions. I'm not joking. He used to touch the lesions and he used to caress the patients. Try to understand what view, what understanding he used to carry about a person. That empathy, where is that empathy gone in our clinical practices? We always used to just prevent ourselves to touch such cases. And here this man is touching the lesions. He used to hug, he used to embrace people. And I said, sir, kya kar rahe ho? And after embracing and touching, he used to get out of the camp and used to drink the cup of tea. I mean, at least wash your hands. No. This is all bullshit, my dear. This is not done. This is not the way. For all homeopaths, for all those homeopaths, I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends, let us grow up. Let us be aware about these facts. How do we understand the man in disease? How do we get sick? How do we open the... Now this is an artistic way. Now understand. The cell, the tissues, now this artistic way. Now you open this antenna of the door. Body has a door. We open it. Do you really feel that the leprosy bacteria, the acid fast Mycobacterium leprae, just is searching for Mayuresh Mahajan? Where is Mayuresh Mahajan? I will going to attack him. Do you feel like this? Do you really feel that 1 cup of ice cream causes sore throat? Do you really feel, my dear friends? Do you really feel that the mosquito bite causes malaria? Do you really feel this? Of course, mosquito bite is the cause of the disease. But out of 10 people, why 3 people suffer? Do you understand this? I will talk of my relatives. When you used to go to any picnic or any places, mosquitoes used to attract that particular person. So I used to always wonder why the mosquito is going and attacking this particular man. Why this mosquito is not biting me? Why a blood? Now this is a dynamics. Now this is psychodynamics. Now this is out of the box. Why a honeybee goes and bites one particular person at one particular part? The honeybee is planning, where should I bite him? Right cheek is better. My dear friends, take it from me, write it down. When there is a honey sting at the right side of the cheek and there is inflammation, there must have been something wrong in his life. And the infinite force, this dynamic force has punished this person on the right side, on the cheek. This is important. Yesterday, I heard that a woman suffered from a road accident and she fell on the face. My God, how could she fall on the face? You have reflex actions. Do you understand? You have a reflex action. Do you agree this? This reflex action first will prevent you to falling on your face. मास्टर की याद आ रही है मेरे को, राव सर ये सिखाते थे हमको यार. No, sir, ये seriously, sir, seriously. अरे मयूर, Ike, listen. No, nothing happens by chance. I have seen patients where they ride at a speed of 120 degrees, 120 speed velocity per hour, speed kilometers per hour, and then the whole body, the whole car tumbles down, but there is not a single scratch on the body. Why? And a person driving a bicycle falls on the face at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour on the face. When you fall on the face, you are frustrated, felt absolutely frustrated. Given up, only then you fall on face. Given up with frustration. Mad. Now, this is very important. Why are you so frustrated in life? Felt guilty conscious, muh pe gir jana. Now, these are the words. Now, what is psychodynamics and how now I will be showing you a case of PCOD at the last. A 6-7 centimeter tumor was on the right side of a woman married after marriage, and after dose within 2 months, 6 to 7 centimeters. I'll show you the reports. Within 2 months, this ovary was, this cyst was absolutely out, clear. I was really wondering, but now I'll tell you my case type, my type of case. How did I approach to this case? And then what was the GNM also we could understand. If at all we can understand this, it's not a one-day thing. We will understand it repeatedly. But really, you need, as a homeopath, you need to be aware of these facts. Arre baapre, how? Do you really feel that this malaria, there is a tendency. Arre, kaata, mere ko machhar kaata, mere ko to malaria. I will be suffering. You are opening the doors of your body. Body is very, very smart, as Asher said. Very smart, very intelligent. It is not intellectual. It is very intelligent. She has doors. Someone knocks at your door. You see into the eye hole. Arey haan, ye to malaria ka machhar hai. I will not open the door, boss. It's a malaria. When you enter, please come. You invite diseases with your thought process. And this is exactly when you suffer. You invite. And the invitation starts from your ego. Write it down. Those who are understanding me for the first time, learning this for the first time, the psychodynamics, the mother emotion of all diseases begins with egotism. It may be I, me, and mine. Now, Asher was using these words: conflict, fear conflict, hanging conflict. Conflict is a friction. I'm telling you, everyone, those who are listening us for the first time, if there is a conflict, resolve it emotionally. Resolve it. Try to resolve. आमिर खान का एक अच्छा गाना है, दिल जो तेरा बात बात बे घबराए, दिल इडियट है प्यार को उसको समझाओ, and say all is well, my dear friends. I'm not joking. Just say to yourself, all is well, nothing happens, all is well. When there is a conflict between the will and understanding, disease happens. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. What do you feel? Do you feel that this mycobacterium tuberculosis is not in this atmosphere? This is flying. There are thousands of bacteria here in front of me. But why am I not suffering? Because my body is not allowing it. Because I feel loved. Because I feel the sense of belonging. Because I feel that I'm not lonely. Because I feel that I'm not disheartened, because I feel I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm beautiful, I'm great, I'm successful, I'm doing everything. These small emotions, if you'll carry, there won't be any disease. Do you agree? Do you know this? Why I'm telling you with so much of intense energy? Because what I have gone through so many things in life. I've gone through bad states, but diseases. I don't want you all guys to land into those symptoms. No, I don't want you guys to land into those diseases. Live life, yeah. Live life. Live life. Don't Leave life. Live your ego. Forget it. Forgive it. See how beautiful happens. Serotonin level, pleasure hormone. See, there's a difference between joy and now this is art. Joy, happiness, and pleasure. Pleasure is temporary and joy is permanent. Just try to see how you feel beautiful when you treat a case. It's not about earning 25 lakhs for one given case. It's about, I have treated a case of cancer and see how it feels from within. And this happens, and it happens. Be happy about it. Your vital force will, your cells within will start jumping in ecstasy. And this is nothing but health. It's a strong balance. The body has a strong balance. This body has a strong equilibrium. You know what is an equilibrium? If at all one state is going down, body manages. This is the equilibrium what Usher was trying to tell you about the parasympathetic nerve supply and the sympathetic nerve supply. My God, so beautifully explained. This wave should be in harmony. What is this harmony? एक सोता है तो एक जगाता है. अगर सिंपैथेटिक उठता है, सिंपैथेटिक नर्व सप्लाई से आप उठते हैं, what Sunil Godke does, when he just gets up, करागरे वसति लक्ष्मी कर मध्ये सरस्वती कर मूलातु गोविंदम प्रभाते कर दर्शनम. This he does it every day. Why? This is making his sympathetic nerve supply too strong. Such wonderful things happen in our life. We need to know this. But this is not something which is we are doing something. Just embrace yourself. Just embrace yourself. Just guilt, bloody my God, guilt. This guilt what I have to carry. अरे मेरे लोगों को समझेगा ना होम्योपैथी, मेरे लोगों को आएगा ना. Why? I'm not God. I'm here to just give lectures. What I have delivering this lectures that far and no further. It is not my cup of tea. मैं बहुत सोचता था नहीं है सबको आना चाहिए होम्योपैथी. I will give my 100%. Remember this one sentence. I will give my 100% and everything will be success. Even the person who is suffering is not getting cured, but I am giving my 100%. That is success. Thank you very much. Understand the process. And we will see to it that we will 100% take every single student holding and let them know what are the questions to be asked. What is blood? Blood is now this is an art. You should be scientific, no doubt about it, but you should be poetic. You need to understand metaphors. You need to understand what is blood. Blood is something which holds the entire body together. Do you agree? It is flowing, isn't it? It is the most vital. It is the most vital fluid of our body. It is the most significant. So blood has very much importance in our body. Do you agree this? And when it happens that it is passing from the stools, how could we correlate this? Those who are listening to me for the first time, how could we correlate this? Blood passing through stools means what? Blood is within. Blood should be flowing. Blood should have good oxygen levels. How could clots happen? And why this blood is passing through stools, along with stools, means someone is treating this person with disrespect. We don't value you. I don't respect you. You don't. And this person feels that I'm the most deserving person in this family, the HO, head of the family, and bloody I'm not getting that respect. What is this nonsense? This child, 3-year-old child, Baba, aapko kuch nahi aata, just get lost. Mummy knows everything. I feel bad. The whole show is run by me, and you tell me I'm the HOD, and you tell me you don't know anything. I'm the most respectable. Now, this most respectable is being treated like a most shit person. Now, shit. Stools is a shit. Hey, shut up, man. Shit. Despised. Hemamalis. Why Hemamalis has that affinity towards passing blood-stained stools, that too dark? Understand? Have you ever understand this? Have you ever understand why? Then I'm just going to, these are the glimpses what we are going to tell you, but that will be in detail. What will be the questions to be asked? What is this? नाक में बच्चों में एक एडिनॉइड होता है, बच्चों में नाक में एडिनॉइड होता है. आई हैव वेरी लेस टाइम बिकॉज एक एडिनॉइड होता है नाक में. व्हाट क्वेश्चंस यू आस्क? 7-year-old child block, nose block continuous. This nose is blocked. I asked them directly, अरे किस तेरे नाक में दम करके रखा है किसी ने? कौन है वो? तुरंत बोले टीचर, मम्मी, पापा, not allowing me to play this, that. He's not there, not allowing me to eat ice cream. Understand this. Adenoid आएगा. अभी कैसा आएगा? Asher will tell you how it comes. This adenoid. Now it is a proliferation. Now this proliferation कौन सा लग वो बताएगा. लेकिन नाक में दम कौन करता है? So see, it becomes a concrete.
Voluka. So what the GNM say is it is called as stink conflict. Sting conflict. And the inside of the nose is also your epidermis, the superficial layer of the skin. So epidermis heals in the form of skin loss. So they naak mein dam karta hai na, it stink. It is like a scent conflict. And when it is naak mein dam karta hai, increases your histamine levels. And histamine levels irritates the skin and there is a cell loss. And when there is continuous cell loss, the brain says, yeah, I don't want to smell this person around me. He is dangerous. So the brain tells the cells, now you grow. So there is no smell coming of that person. So the brain is saved. It is a survival mechanism.
This histamine. And we are taking antihistamines like anything. My God, what are you doing?
This is what we are intended. Same pathology, same emotional trauma, but some people will develop allergic rhinitis, some will develop deviated nasal septum, some will develop nasal polyp, some will develop adenoid, and some will develop tonsillitis.
Adenoid is hanging conflict, continuous the conflict going on.
And what Asher said, stink conflict, that is allergic rhinitis in preliminary stage. So again, that is defense mechanism.
And what is sinusitis? My God, I am really wondering. This sinusitis means what? This flow is when there is running nose. What is the running nose? This mucus is passing down, which is normal, which is healthy. And we treat them. Very good. We treat them, which is going. It is a passing phase. My dear friends, coryza, don't treat coryzas. We are not here to treat coryzas. And this, somebody gives him antihistaminic. What happens? This mucus goes in the opposite direction. What happens? These sinuses get filled. See how emotions can create problems in your life. Just have faith in your body and just bow down in front of your body. Surrender in front of your body and see what beautiful. Just peep into your body and see how beautifully this body works for you. And you don't even bother to caress your body. Every symptom. What is pain? What is pain? What is this prostaglandin? Why do this prostaglandin secretes? And why only left knee? Why not right knee? Because right knee is favorite for this body. Right knee, it's my favorite joint. So I will not harm my right knee, and left knee is my step joint. मेरा क्या दूसरा step बच जाएगा? It's my part. But still, why I am suffering with this left hand side? Have you ever thought of? Why only left-sided retinal detachment? Why only right-sided breast cancer? Why? This everything will be detailed. We will be telling you in detail. I will give my full experiences of how I ask a question and how I become the क्या बोलता भविष्यवाणीला काय बोलतात astrologer of a case. 90% of the patient ask me whether you are, sir, आप ज्योतिष करते हो क्या, ज्योतिषी करते हो क्या? No, because I know what is the problem. Why there is baldness? Why 17-year-old girl has bald, means less hair? I could see the scalp. Why? What is wrong? Why there is right ear pain? Ear. Now, this is art. When ear means something, you hear. And now, painful. I'm not ready to hear these words. Don't say this again. Then what is the thing? What I asked, I asked my kids, घर में कोई झगड़ा करता है? Is there any the father and mother quarrel every now and then? No, this is the question to be asked. Now, the art of homeopathy, art of homeopathy. Now, this is a child, and I asked your father, do you fights? This is one of the expression. Some say yes, both of them fight, and मेरे नाक में दम करता है, कान में दम करता है. Directly the child will say. Some will say, these mean a lot for me to give a remedy for differentiate the child. Whether this is a bold, this is an extrovert, this is an irritable, this is a disconcerted child, this is a shy child, this is an open child. And then once we understand this, we come to a conclusion with a wonderful case. And sometimes there may be an answer that no, absolutely no. No. They are the best father. They are the best parents in this world. When a child says they are the best parents in the world, that means they are the worst parents in the world. No, this is the third eye. This is the reading in between the lines. Now, this is snatch from you. Now, how we understand this? This is no, they are the best. This is the child who is secretive. The child will never say that I am a secretive child. You have to understand. You have to perceive. You have to use this third eye. Now, this is what is important. When you ask any question, any bloody given question, the reaction of the patient, after all, is much important. Come what may, whatever questions you ask, that will be only giving to you a lead. But after the main role of a homeopath comes into play, that is the most important thing. What is the role of homeopathy? I will give you a small example. Why psychodynamics and GNM is so important? I'm telling you why. There was a case. I'm just explaining. I am just here, this orientation program. I'm just trying to give you the glimpses of what we are going to do. Because a menorrhagia case, there was a case of menorrhagia. I have demonstrated this case to many people, but still I'll narrate it. It was a case of menorrhagia with uterine fibroid. And this, it was heavy menses. So I ask her, now remember this, whenever there is heavy flow, there must be a heavy emotion going on. Now, this is an art. Slow the emotion, slow, 98.9, 99 fever and 104 fever. The emotions are high. Fever 104 degrees. Now, this is an art. You need to understand. So menorrhagia means heavy, means within half an hour she used to change her pads. My God. So I asked her, what is the thing which is, annoying you the most? Why are you so much angry? About whom? What is going wrong in your life that you are so much disturbed? This word is very important because I am directly touching her heart. Why are you so much disturbed? So I asked, what is that which you have so much disturbed? She said, no, doctor, my mother-in-law is, I'm telling you, she's a big pain for me and I don't understand. And she was just creeping about the mother-in-law. Now understand the importance of psychodynamics and GNM. Very important, very, very important. So what you will take? Will you take that mother-in-law was hurting? If she's telling so shit about me, she's talking, despising me, insulting me. So will you take insult, conflict? Will you take what? Offended? What will you take? I ask her, the patient, कि boss, there was a fibroid in your uterus. Mother-in-law agreed there must be a conflict with the mother-in-law. Now this is the third eye. This is out of the box, understand this. Mother-in-law, but there must be something related with your husband or your daughter. Uterus, the bag of the baby, or uterus has some relationship with the husband. What went wrong? She said like this. You are right. You are right. With these questions, the person retrospects and really tells you the right and correct emotion. She was not here to hide something. She said, yeah, you are right, sir. When I complain this to my people, understand this. When I say this, my husband, when I'm trying to complain it to my husband, he has a deaf ear. Means what? And he's bloody busy with his phone, doctor. I feel so irritated. I'm talking something so important. And what is he doing? He's not even ready to listen to me. That cold response is not done, na doctor. मैं इतने दिल से बात कर रही हूँ, इतने गुस्से से बोल रही हूँ, और वो it hurts. One dose of Dalkamara 1M cured the cases, because then you'll come to know when if you have any those who have joined us for the first time, go back and read our YouTube channels and everything. You will come to know what is Dalkamara and all. But for my HHFians, you will come to know, or all my homeopaths understand Dalkamara is a person who is a very aggressive or a very dictatorial or dogmatic, forcible, impulsive. She wants everything according to her. And when the IPR or the environment doesn't listen to this woman, she gets very agitated, and all the discharges of Dalkamara. Now, the mind, body, and the soul axis. If those who have attending me for the first time, this HHF seminars, webinars, and those who know the physical symptoms of Dalkamara, the physical symptoms of Dalkamara are very progressive, very in gushing, The nose is running like hell. The watery discharge. When you sneeze, Dalkamara she's so loud that the entire classroom will look at her. That Dalkamara. Because the emotions also are that loud. Now try to connect. The menorrhagia, the overwhelming anger, and the husband is not looking at her. Even this daughter is not even taking into consideration. This chilly response, the damp weather of Dalkamara comes into play. And this is how we understand. Understand this. Every single thing has its own meaning, blurred. You know what is diabetes? Now, we will be taking diabetes, but one single beautiful sentence for my master's voice. These are all my Rouser's teachings. I'm just giving it to you right now, because those we have learned and it has been encoded in our heart. Diabetes, when there is a patient of diabetes, in spite of taking insulin, the sugar is not coming down. In spite of not consuming a 1 grain of sugar, still the sugar is not coming down. Why, bloody? Why your life has gone so bitter? And what is that? You have lost the sweetness of life. Diabetes. When you lose the sweetness of life, life has become very bitter. Diabetes. Why diabetes? We'll come to that cases. Why diabetic neuropathy? Why diabetic nephropathy? Why diabetic retinopathy? There are some patients who suffer from diabetes till 30, 40 years, but there is no complications. And there are some people after 5, 7 years, they land into complication. You need to understand this. What was this sweetness going towards? Where is that sweetness going towards? Understand this. This pain, whenever there is pain, my right side neck is paining. Doctor, it is hurting. Doctor, it is hurting. Who hurt you? Who is the one who has hurt you? No, doctor, no one. No one. Seriously, no one. Husband. Directly we ask, husband. No, no, real seriously, no, sir. No, no. He's very good. He's very good. No, no, he's not. The expressions gives us the answer. And I had a case, just I would like to just share it with you. There was a case of numbness. The right hand was numb. Understand this. So since how many days? So 3 days I'm suffering and this numbness is there, doc. And I'm worried whether it is paralysis or something like that. So I asked her, what is the thing? Right hand side means what? Right is my engagement ring is on the left hand. But my partner is always at my right side. My partner is right. My friend, we shake hand with our right hand, not left hand. But have you ever imagined the mother loving the kid is always, you go back and see, they will love with the left hand. The mother is always the one who carries us with the left hand. When I went to Dapoli, I was suffering from this forehead. My mother is sitting here. She would also like to listen this. I was suffering from a fungal infection here on the forehead. And I was really worried. And what happened? I was a mama's boy always, and used to sleep on the lap of my mom every night. And I had to go and leave my home, separation. And there someone said, अरे कुछ बोल दिया, insulting हो गया, जैसे असर ने बोला. तो मैं बोला यार, अभी मेरी अगर माँ होती तो मेरे से बात करती तो अच्छा लगता था. Now, mother caresses where? ना बेटा, ना बेटा, ना बेटा, ना बेटा. See how our body works. See how our body expresses the symptom. What is the importance? What is the method of pain? What is the pain? Have you ever thought so deeply in your case takings? If you have, I'm seriously very happy about it. But still, if you're not that serious about your case takings, my dear friends, I'm telling you, the people, homeopaths, now they have been, excelling their practices wonderfully. I'm so happy that HHFNs are growing. They are showing cases of gangrenes. They are showing cases of tumors. I have seen a case of gangrene. And so I was so happy about it. अरे क्या चल रहा है क्या ये? क्या cases दिखा रहे ये लोग? And because you need to be in that flow of understanding. What is, I'll show you, I'll just say 2, 3, 4, something about. Just a minute. What is this platelet? Nowadays, I could find this platelets. Every now and then there is thrombocytopenia. Every now and then there is a thrombocytopenia. The platelets count are coming down. What? Why? Platelet, go back, understand physiology. What is the role of platelet? Ashar will explain it very beautifully. To gather the blood together. Nowadays, the togetherness is lost somehow. The bond.
Yeah. The person feels devaluated. The person feels devaluated, that there is no value left of him because these people are not together and they are not bonding together.
Blood relationship, are खून का रिश्ता. Where is that love gone? Where are the parents? What are they doing? Where is love gone? Understand? So this chikungunya. I would lastly say, I will wind up because now Sunil Godke will be talking about. I will also join him. Beautiful case he has. that kidney stone wala case, Sunil. And
ovary case.
नाही ते नंतर दाखवेल मी लास्टला.
ओके, ठीक आहे.
This what is this kidney stone? What is appendicitis? 3 days back I had a case. I gave नहीं जानते मैंने क्या किया नहीं बताना है. What can be resolved? I can't tell you what can be resolved with these wonderful questionnaires. I have a number of cases. Why there is blood in semen? I had a case where there was a blood from the umbilicus. I directly asked him, something must have gone wrong with your mother or something with your parents. What is that? Umbilicus, the cord, umbilical cord, mother is attached. What went wrong and why blood is flowing out? What is going wrong? There is infection. You ask for operation. How could you understand such beautiful case? The patient said, how could you understand me so? Absolutely, you are asking me exact what I wanted to say to you. How is this possible? How can it be so easy? So beautiful. Proteinuria. Everything we will be taking. But if at all, the protein will be, urea will be covered in kidney case, kidney Brahmastra. Thyroid cases will be taking about this black spots. Black spots on the face, swelling of the body. So what is all this? How to understand this? The proteinuria. What is protein? Now this is art. Now this is also art. You understand. You apply your brains. Protein is the most important ingredient which gives you strength. Which gives you strength to your body. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना protein खाओ. But this strength, this valuable things of your body are been going through urine. Q. Why? Why protein is going through urine? Have you ever imagined? Because this person feels that this talent, this worth, this value is being wasted. Going out. इतना किया सब पूरा उसके ऊपर पानी फेर दिया. This पानी फेर दिया is the pist of filling, wasted of filling. Hence protein in urine. Yes, sir, you are right. I was being with my parents for last 22 years. And what I gain at the end, they say you stay away. What the hell? Because of these parents. Otherwise, I would have done so many things in my life. But these parents told me to get out of my home, their home, because of them. I have lived this. My God, proteinuria, protein is going out. If 18 years back would have been at my city place, I would have done so much things for my family. But because of my parents are stuck there, and now they're saying, you get out of my home. My God, proteinuria. So many beautiful things I would like to share with you. There are so many keys, and we want to just give it like this with both hands. What is this stone, kidney stone? Sunil will tell you about it. Why? Whenever there is a kidney stone pain, the patient comes and consumes a painkiller and then comes in a hospital. The patient sits in front of you. Now what to ask? What to ask? No, because now I don't have any concern, adaptation, reaction. Now what to ask? Very interesting. Recurrent urine tract infection. Pus in urine. Love is waste. The partner waste. Love is wasted. Pus in urine. Pus is what? Infected, rotten, lost. In urine means recurrent infection. There is no bonding of the partner. Hence, one best remedy is APs. In urine infection, APs always complains about most of the time the partner. This is how we understand. But the adaptation is very, very important.
Sepia also.
Huh?
Sepia also, same.
Sepia. So we have so many things to discuss. This I thought I told कि अरे 4 घंटे का करते थे, लेकिन पब्लिक की डिमांड भी थी ना सर, बहुत हो गया ना, बहुत शाम को शॉपिंग करना है, तो शॉपिंग करना है तो लेट अस शॉप, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. But now I would ask Dr. Sunil. I'll just wind up with last case. Last la.
We will together. We will continue. You
Yes,
go ahead.
yes, we are. We'll enjoy it. Now, Dr. Sunil, let me invite Dr. Sunil Godke, the master of case taking. Either I ask Sunil or KY. What? Sunil, na?
I will continue. Then KY's video we are going to run.
So he will show you. Now, Asher told you what happens in the body. Now we will be explaining why it happens. Now Sunil will understand. After understanding what happens, what is case taking, what is the art of case taking, in spite of understanding the reason behind it, what is the art of case taking, how to reach the minimum. Let us understand. Yes, Sunil, please.
Instead of going in that way, I would like to say, again, I repeat the same thing. Keep this Brahmastra, what we are trying or what we are intended to give in future lectures. So this Brahmastra is a tool which will help you for case taking. This tool will help you to be firm on your prescription, because recently we are dealing with various autoimmune diseases, various cancer cases, or so-called incurable advanced pathology. In such cases, you should be confident enough on your prescription. This is Natramur, this is sepia, this is apis, this is phosphorus, whatever it may be. And when there is a strong conviction about your prescription in you, then you might, because in few cases, you might fail in potency or repetition also. So you need to wait. You need to change.
Sunil, just a minute. Sorry, I just missed that numbness, because this is very important and very close to my heart. This numbness feeling, मैं patient को बोल रहा था ना कि right hand side numb हो गया. Right hand side numb होना का मतलब समझो भाई. So I asked one question. Was it before paining? Doctor, 3 years it was continuously paining, and now it has become numb. Now 3 years it was continuously paining. When there is pain, body is trying to convey something. Please do something. Please, there is this. When there is pain in the heart, body is trying to convey, do something, do something. It is an expression. And we painkillers, खाओ और painkiller दबाओ उसको, बैंड बजाओ. तो ये painkiller दर्द हो रहा है 2 साल, 2 years consecutive, he was suffering from this pain. Means what? I asked her, what was the thing which you wanted to convey to your partner? She said, doctor, forget it. It is now it is useless. I tried him explaining for last 2 years, but he's not at all listening to me. That was the pain. And now it is numbness. Means what? Numb means now it is forget it. Indifference. Forget it. Chodo na. Now I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk. Now I am becoming numb to that particular area of
Given up.
So I don't feel anything now. Forget it. Now this is related with numbness. How beautiful it is. And when I gave a dose, I should tell you this. When I give a dose, this numbness, I asked, how is your numbness? She said, no, the doctor, my hand is paining now. Paining? My God, I'm happy. That numbness is gone and pain is there. I am right. I will not give an extra dose. I'll ask later on, Asher, what is this correlation? But I know that numbness, the patient was from indifference to now it was not making any difference. Now she wants to again complain. She wants to again deal with the partner. And now that means he's going on the right when this patient will be fine. This is how we understand numbness. Okay. Sorry, Sunya. Yeah. Sunil sir.
These things are very important. And see the beauty. Mayur had given you example of blood in stool, MMLs. Asher said a devaluation conflict. Now what happened? Lots of cases are there where you feel devaluated. You might feel devaluated at your professional cycle. You might feel devaluated at your different state of life. But when you feel devaluated by your loved one, by your blood, then only blood will thrown in stool. Otherwise, devaluation conflict, cervical spondylitis also can occur. See, we have to be little artistic. We have to be little artistic in understanding along with science. GNM will teach you, give you confidence about science. GNM will tell you about the pathophysiology, the biochemistry, and biology. At the same time, the understanding of psychodynamics will make you more confident, and it's artistic homeopathy. The science and art, you have to club together. Science we have to learn, art we have to also learn. Art cannot be learned, art has to practice.
You have to perceive. You have to perceive the art.
You have to perceive the art.
We
To
will teach
understand
you art.
psychodynamics, there are few people who are get fascinated towards GNM. There are few people who get fascinated towards psychodynamics. Because every person has his own disposition. Some are very mathematical, calculative. Some are having that disposition. So they get more attracted to that part. Some are more poetic, shy. We always used to say, to understand psychodynamics, you need to be little poetic mind. You have to be little shyery attitude. You have to little imagination. It's like a will and intellect part. You need to be little imaginary. I always admire Mayur. He imagines. When we used to discuss now, everything was not there in books. Rouser had taught us the art of fishing. And that's what HHF is intended to be. We are not here to give you fish. Because when we used to conduct the lectures on psychodynamics in CTP, I think in 2017, 18, 19, we conducted whole 1 year CTPs for psychodynamics. But why we are conducting this series? Because new people have joined HHF in last 4 or 5 years. They have missed that part. And I remember after a 4-hour continuous lecture, people used to say, sir, what about eczema? Sir, what about psoriasis? Sir, leukoderma. Sir, thyroid. So don't try to search for fish. Try to learn that art of fishing. So in devaluation conflict, agar aap magap, jaise people immediately said abandon conflict. Proteinuria, people immediately said abandon conflict. People used to refer, as Rouser always explain us, to go through that book. You can heal yourself.
You can heal your life.
You can heal yourself. You can. Rouser always behind us. In 2012, 13, 14, actually, for first and most important thing I would like to share, those who have joined HHF first time. HHF is the organization where we have tried and tested everything. We have tried all those things for not more than 10 years. In HHF, the case which will be present anytime by any mentors or any speaker on dais, it is proved many times, it is shared with all mentors, and not with single experience or not with just by fluke result, and we used to share those cases. So we are working over this theory since last 2012, 13, 14, 15. And after that, we deliver this theory in 2018. Still, we have that greed, we have that hunger, we have that eager to learn the more deeper facet of GNM. So we came together, Asher and we are continuously discussing, and we just want to share all those thoughts with you. When we come up to the conclusion of CKD, kidney disease, or proteinuria, lots of people mug up that's an abandon conflict. Abandon conflict, it's okay, but it's vast condition. And who had abandoned you? Why it had abandoned you? And how was your reaction? Abandon conflict, leprosy, hura is also abandon conflict. Because in leprosy also you feel that you are being discarded and you are not the part of that group. And in kidney also you feel fish out of water. So again, that proteinuria, again art. Protein gives you strength. It is a RCC structure. It gives the power to the muscle, and when that is being thrown to the urine, means your power, your appreciation, your courage, or your muscle is being appreciated, and devaluation conflict. So you have to be little poetic, and that we will discuss in whole series. I will give you one example. That case again, I had shared at many platforms, and our senior have seen that whole case.
Yes.
It was a case before that kidney stone. I will share this case. A case of Raynaud's disease.
Uh-huh.
I had presented in a psychodynamics only. I
Yes,
had
yes.
presented a case of Raynaud's disease. And what happened in Raynaud's disease? There is a peripheral vasoconstriction. As we all know, being a doctor, there is a peripheral vasoconstriction and there is an ulceration, gangrenous condition. I can show you the photograph, or I can show at that time while dealing skin. I will again show this case to you because it's not blurred now. So we have to hide the identity of the patient. I'm just recollecting and giving you the example.
You have seen that case.
There was and many people have seen that case. Gangrene were there on the toe, on the fingertips, and there is a coldness, and there is a total numb feeling, a typical symptom, and absolute ganda, like the dirty gangrene. Doctors had advised her to cut her fingers. Now what happened? If we mug up the idea of GNM or mug up the idea of any pathology, 2 + 2 4, you might miserably fail. Because ulcer, simple ulcer, again, some conflict which is not getting resolved. Second thing, ulcer, in this case, ulcer means there is a vasoconstriction. So there is a depravity of nutrition, depravity of blood, depravity of nourishment, being a more poetic. Okay. So there must be depravity of nutrition or nourishment or what you call essential element of life. The person might suffer with ulcer. Again, you have to understand diabetic origin ulcer. Then you need to understand the pathophysiology of diabetes, the GNM and psychodynamics of diabetes at the same time ulcer. So we want our HHFN to be expert in all facets. That's why we are planning this theory.
That is out of the box.
That is out of the box. So this case taught us and give me a fascination about this psychodynamics. So what happened? Just I thought that peripheral blood vasoconstriction. Central organs are preserved. In Raynaud's disease, central organs are preserved and periphery is deprived. There is a vasoconstriction at periphery, not to the major organs. And when I go through the case, I just narrate the case. She was a female who suffered with this disease in her second pregnancy. In first pregnancy, she had a son. They are from a village, a farmer family, and they are from a village. And she was a cesarean section. First delivery was cesarean section. She had a son. So at subconscious level, she was not ready for second child. But not that much repulsion, but she was not ready for the second child, because what she given her excuses, she said ki as there was a cesarean section at first time, second time also there will be a cesarean section, so I was afraid of it, and there will be a waste of lots of money also, and so I was not ready for the second pregnancy. But accidentally she got pregnant. She was carrying the baby. At second, third month, without telling her husband, she took some medicines for abortion. Without telling her husband, she took some medicine from a general practitioner to get aborted. But it was in vain and the pregnancy continued. Now she doesn't have that courage to go for termination, MTP, and family was totally in favor because they are farmer family. They are expecting more childs. 8-10 भी चलेंगे ऐसा. तो second, तो every family is going to pressurize on her. And see, this is the art of case taking. Ki as she had a son, she was not ready for second child. Might be she was having daughter. She was very willing to go for second pregnancy. So asset was there. She was afraid of liability. This is my cunning understanding. The homeopath should be dhurt and a little chalak. Okay. My wants to say something.
Don't take person or the patient for granted. You have to be very much cunning. दे तो आपको पेशेंट इधर उधर घुमा के लेके जाएगा.
आपका गंदा दिमाग भी चलना चाहिए, अच्छा दिमाग भी चलना चाहिए, and dirty mind also should work.
Yes.
I haven't asked her that this is the purpose you don't want second pregnancy. She continued the pregnancy, and throughout the whole pregnancy till the 8th month, there was a subconscious thought process she was giving ki I should get terminated. I don't want this baby. She was waiting for natural termination till 6 months. See, imagine the condition, a mother not loving her child, who is in her womb and wants to throw the child out. But that child was having some destiny, and the pregnancy was continued. And after 8 months, when she was sure that now it is pregnancy, then she started praying to God, God, it should be normal pregnancy. But it was not possible. And during whole process, she suffered with high blood pressure, so much stress, so high blood pressure, and naturally past history. So she underwent cesarean section. And when she underwent cesarean section, that was again, to her surprise, was a male baby. And after getting delivered, she started praying God, doctor, now doctor, please save my child. But the baby was serious, kept in PICU, and baby was passed away in 8 days. How could that baby was going to be alive? It was a great rejection from that baby. And to your surprise, I can show you that case. It within 15 days, and the symptoms started, tingling, numbness on the fingers. What symptoms started to that female in second trimester of her pregnancy only. And after the delivery, after that baby passed away, within 15 days, she developed the first ulcer. Now, artistic thinking, what I thought, this is a very selfish lady who doesn't want to get operated, who doesn't want to go through that pain of cesarean section, and for that reason she doesn't want second pregnancy. She's so selfish that she's having asset of one son. She doesn't want liability of a daughter. She doesn't want to spend money. So she is a selfish personality. And overall, body, what she has done, she has tries to conserve her limited resources to the major organ and deprived the periphery. पेरीफेरी जो उसका दूर है, जो उसके नजदीक नहीं है, उससे न्यूट्रिशन खींचने की कोशिश की. That baby was not her close to her heart. And same the phenomenon body follows. There is a vasoconstriction at the peripheral layer.
Sunil sir, it is severe separation conflict.
Exactly.
Severe separation.
But at the same time, there is this is arsenic album. I can understand the person who is so selfish, for his own benefit, he can he can what you call, and वो उसके अपनों को भी बलि दे सकता है. Sacrifice his own loved one.
See, Sunil, the beauty of the body has selected the peripheral.
Periphery, because the person has a subconscious thought process. I have to preserve my nutrition for my major organ and let the periphery suffer. The less love for the periphery and more attraction toward the center, and the disease develop in the same way. This is psychodynamics.
Just एक थोड़ा सा याद है सुनील, राउसर के साथ हम लोग जाते थे, used to see the ICU cases and he used to just see the ECG and say अरे गया. And some cases he used to say कुछ नहीं हो गया, कल सुबह ठीक हो जाएगा. मतलब how come? इसने बहुत इसको इसी रिपोर्ट देके बोलता है लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल खलास है इसका. He doesn't want to live life. The inner will to live life has lost. ये गया रहे तो कुछ भी कर, जाने वाला है. My God. And so जिनको भी डर लगता है हार्ट अटैक से मरने का, तो एक ध्यान में रखो, the one who feel that heart attack से I will die, think one, don't carry guilt कि I have not I have not been a good husband, a good wife, good chon kanda poye. And second is, please, those who want to live life, LIVE life, you will not die of heart attacks. Thank you.
When you love yourself now, you will not die with heart attack.
So this is one of the examples. See how the body smartly selected the peripheral collateral circulations and not the central. Very important.
Because the person's strong will was there to preserve the center and let the periphery suffer. This is the attitude. This is the attitude of person. And the arsenic, because in this case we have explained that rubric, anxiety when anything is expected of him, because everything he wants to preserve for himself. That is the most selfish attitude. One case that Mayur was saying, the person was suffering with simple renal stone, severe renal stone, and as a protocol or as a habit, when we don't get normal stereotype case taking, nothing were there where we get some indication. I asked him, You have some anger over someone, where you have suppressed your anger. The axis of renal stone is two-way. There is a suppression of anger, at the same time suppression of sexual desire or sexual urge.
Intense urge hai, but I am not able to perform, or there is much ego issue ki my wife, why should I always go and approach my partner? Hat, mere ko nahi chahiye. Hat.
Exactly.
This anger, hat, mere ko nahi chahiye. Hat. This holding of anger.
That's why kidney stones are more in lycopodium. Simple. So social position concern. So you are not being giving respect. Barbaris vulgaris. So you can think that way also. We have to correlate. We have to club the GNM, the psychodynamics, the homeopathy, the mathematica, the repertory. So I asked that patient the same question. You have some anger over someone. And he said yes. To whom? Family members. Which family members? He was not ready to tell easily. To whom you are angry? My brother. Well, what happened? Again, as the Rouser taught us, you should be a lay practitioner. Your general knowledge should be a good. He's a farmer. I immediately asked him, your brother. He said yes. Whether it stays with yourself or he's a government employee. Immediately asked. He said he's a government employee. Then what happened? There is a partition conflict in between both brothers. Patient narrated, he want my land. Father had separated our land, given us our own share, but my brother has land a case on us, and he want my share. I directly asked him whether he want your share or you had taken his share and you don't want to give it back to him. First he denied, and then he at last he succumbed to my pressure, and he said, yes doctor, what happened? He's working in Mumbai, he's a government employee, and as our father only gave me the more share, because father said ki you are illiterate and lay person and staying in village, he is well settled, he has a good salary, so let him take small share. This is not the original case. You have to understand, you have to read in between the line. This person is a selfish person, wants to grab the share of his own brother. Quite naturally, nowadays the cost of lands have gone so high. So brother wants his share, and he filed a case in court, and that case was going on. And this person is undergoing that agony, that if the result goes in opposite his favor, then he might lose that lucrative land. See, the again idea of psychodynamics, the anger towards brother, लेकिन anger towards brother, behind that anger towards brother, the selfishness. ये उसके हाथ की चीज खोना नहीं चाहता था, और ये सेल्फिशली भाई का हिस्सा लेके बैठा था. ये चीजें आपको साइकोडायनामिक्स के कुछ क्वेश्चन ऑन सम आर्ट, सम आर्टिस्टिक क्वेश्चनिंग, सम इंटेलिजेंस, some GNM, some sensitivity, some emotional things will help you to solve such cases. Again, we repeat, these insights are there. These are not substitute to your normal stereotype case taking. The proper classical stereotype case taking must be there. But in certain cases where you fail to get exact case, or where you are not confident enough about your simillimum, then psychodynamics will help. The idea of psychodynamic will help to wait for months together also. You can wait 30, 200, 1M, 10M, 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3, and then you start getting result. But if you are confident enough about your prescription, then only you can wait in such cases. So idea of psychodynamics is must. And as science says, nothing exists without cause. So cause is always there, and psychodynamics and GNM is focusing yourself on cause and correlating that cause with the personality. The individualistic approach is art. So that is GNM. Right?
And this is made, this whole body is not a bridge. Rouser used to tell, this is not a bridge, that this bridge will last for 72 hours. It requires such cement, such sand. No, it is a human body which changes from one individual to another. So it is not 100%. No medical science is 100%. I'm warning you. So this is very important. And this case, whenever the kidney stone left side, what happened with your brother? What happened with your mom? What happened with this? Directly ask. Huh? 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 This is the confidence what student got.
That's what I forgot. That was a left-sided kidney stone. Yes.
Exactly. I knew that this must be a left side. So इतना बड़ा मैंने कुछ तीर नहीं मारा. I know that is a left side stone because we know brother, sister, khun. Asher said yesterday when we were discussing, it was a wonderful statement from him. Whatever is from the blood is left sided, and whatever is from the sperm is right sided. Father right. मारता है राइट साइड से. साइकिल चलाने को सिखाता है राइट हैंड पकड़ के सिखाता है फादर. लेफ्ट हैंड नहीं. भागता है पीछे फादर. हैंड होल्ड कौन करता है? फादर. राइट हैंड पकड़ता है. बेटा लेफ्ट हैंड. मदर. बेटा राइट साइड. ए मारू ना तेरे को. अंडरस्टैंड दिस?
And simple. Suppose a person is having ear pathology, as Mayur said, ear pathology. He doesn't want to hear that humiliation, or doesn't want to hear that noise, or doesn't want to hear that sound. Again, right and left. Right is practical, left is emotion. So again, artistically, we have seen, and in many cases it applies, that right side earache means you have to hear what you don't like to hear. And someone is abusing you, someone is criticizing you, and you have to hear those things daily. Right ear affected, and left ear, you want to hear a praise. You want to hear, you are craving for those good words, and you are not getting it. Left ear pain might be there in child.
राइट हैंड साइड बोल रहा है. प्रैक्टिकल बंदा होता है राइट साइड. लाइकोपोडियम इज राइट साइडेड.
Exactly.
Understand this? Ignitia, or so that's left-sided lachesis. He's caring for others also at the same time. Cares full of relatives about others about lachesis, left side. Right hand, lycopodium, always right hand क्यों करेगा? उसको घर का पढ़ा ही नहीं है. हाँ सुनील?
Exactly.
So this psychodynamics and GNM,
lachesis is more emotional.
And when the best thing is what, when these left-handed remedies, right-handed remedies coincide with the emotions, it becomes so beautiful and comes up in one single place. It becomes wow, just wow. हाँ, so now एक केस है मेरी, वो पहले लास्ट के बारे में बात करेंगे. क्या डॉक्टर कृष्ण कुमार दिंडे, he is actually busy with some commitment. So I think Krishna Kumar Dinde, join कोणीतरी हे करा रे. Just call him, or
because he was traveling on the highway.
I'll call him.
Run that video, Jovin. Call him to be on.
Okay, sir. Running it right.
I am there. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Krish,
So
you are audible.
Yeah. I'm going ahead the case which I want to in the subsequent video which will be played. I just wanted to ask the lady who was suffering from DVT, a case of DVT. So she was like, why I'm suffering from this? It is incurable disease. Can homeopathy help? And all sorts of things. So according to the psychodynamics, I asked her,
KY, we can't hear you.
hello?
So we lost your voice for a while. Can you repeat?
Dr. Jovin, can we play his video?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Jovin, play the video, then I'll explain. Jovin, play the video. I'll explain after the video.
Yes, sir.
Hello, is it audible?
Priya-
Huh, sir.
Priyanka, you are playing it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Video not audible, dear, not audible or visible.
I'm sharing it again.
Okay, no worries. सेप्टिसेमिया का मतलब क्या है? तब तक सेप्टिसेमिया का मतलब क्या है? ब्लड, पस इन ब्लड. I mean, एक अंडरस्टैंड करो. हाँ प्रियंका, यू कैन गो अहेड. आई एम जस्ट बीटिंग द टाइम. सेप्टिक इन ब्लड, पॉइजन इन ब्लड कैसे हो सकता है यार? ब्लड को पॉइजन आ ही नहीं सकता है. कम ऑन. ये डर, पीपल गेट फियरफुल. अरे नहीं, खून में पस हो जाएगा, पागल है क्या? देयर विल बी सेप्टिसिमिया. सेप्टिसिमिया हाउ कम? Without the feeling that my blood relations are poisonous, toxic blood relationship, I cannot suffer from septicemia. Ashakya. Pyrogenum is a remedy. Pyrogenum always feels that there are the rotten blood relationship, rotten. Hence, pyrogenum works beautiful in this septic conditions. Understand this. Blood and the cerebral artery. Rouser used to say, this cerebral artery cannot rupture. There cannot be cerebral hemorrhage unless you invite. How could this? He told me that it is just rigid. The cerebral artery is so rigid that it is difficult to cut with the scissor. It's so rigid. And how come it can rupture? How can it burst? No way. Only you, with your bloody negative thoughts, it ruptures bloody. So this is very interesting. Why I'm trying to tell all these things? We are wholeheartedly putting our entire blood and sweat into this understanding, because my dear homeopaths, my dear fellow homeopaths should be that confident that yes, I can do this. I can. That confidence किधर है? No. बस हो गया अभी ऐसा. Yes. खुद के ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा तो बाकी पूरे दुनिया को आप ठीक कर सकोगे, लेकिन खुद के ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस रखो कि हो ही नहीं सकता ऐसा. चल, अंडरस्टैंड या प्रियंका? ना होते का? ठीक है, ठीक है.
प्रियंका, मैं प्ले करूं क्या?
कौन? हाँ, कोई भी करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टिल देन लेफ्ट साइड, लेफ्ट आई, लेफ्ट ईयर. कट है, बहुत दर्द है, कन पेन, nagging. This nagging, he's a bloody nag. Why a child suffer from cough only after 7 p.m? Because the father comes at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. आता है, ए ये किया क्या हो गया? Understand this?
Yeah.
Asher, can you show some slides of right side, left side?
Right and left. I'll just show.
There are many people who have cough only at home, not outside or not at the workplace. So they have that, they want to give the message to that environment which they can't vocal it out consciously. Some people have same cough in workplace, not at home. So the condition change. They want to vocal it out at their workplace, but they can't.
अशर एक सेकंड मेरे को एक सिर्फ बुक दिखाने का है, बहुत बाहरी बुक है, एक ही मिनट दिखाने का है.
हाँ, दिखा.
एडवर्टाइज नहीं है.
ओके.
सॉरी, एक उल्टा आ रहा है. ठीक है, दिस इज अ बुक. यार ये बुक मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सचमुच में सब लोगों ने खरीदना चाहिए. जिनके पास नहीं है प्लीज लो. और एचएफ के सारे बुक्स प्लीज खरीदो. हर एक बुक इज इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट. दोज हु डोंट हैव, प्लीज, दिस थर्ड आई प्रिस्क्रिप्शन इज रिटन फ्रॉम माय हार्ट. आई एम टेलिंग यू, आई एम नॉट जोकिंग. बाकी ये बुक में सब आप पढ़ोगे तो ब्रह्मास्त्र सीरीज आपको और इजी चलेगी, इजी समझेगी. सब डिटेल में दिया है. या प्रियंका होत नहीं है? आशर, प्ले द.
Yeah. So can you see this slide?
Yes.
The principles of laterality is what has been mentioned. The
No, the
right
slide
hand.
is not visible.
Hello.
क्या होता है?
Slide is not visible.
Slide is
It's
not
okay. It's
visible.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's clear.
Visible, sir. Madam. हाँ, तू बोल.
So the principles of laterality, right-handed, right side belongs to partner, work, territory partner, father and spouse, your wife. Right-handed,
अच्छा,
left
स्लाइड
side.
नहीं दिख रहा है.
हाँ,
स्लाइड नहीं दिख रहा है.
नहीं दिख रहा है, एक मिनट ना.
ए, मेरे को दिख रहा है.
हाँ.
तेरे को स्पेशल कनेक्शन है.
तेरे को साला आंख बंद कर रहा है तू होने के बावजूद भी. क्लोजिंग आईज.
नहीं, see again, I'll try to share. Now.
सुनील सर दिख रहा है कि नहीं?
दिख रहा है.
Yes, yes, now I can see.
So right-handed. So now again, Sunil sir, you have a special connection also. Right-handed, right side belongs to partner, territory, father and spouse. Right-handed person who is left-sided, it belongs to mother, child, blood, relatives and siblings. Okay. So here when we say lycopodium is right-sided, this person who is I mean, here the condition of lycopodium is there that the right-handed affection will come. But if the person is left-handed, then the left hand becomes his right side. So left-handed person, the mother child goes on the right side in a left-handed person, and the left side becomes partner, territory, father and spouse. Now I'll stop the sharing and start with the video just to explain it.
एक second. वो तू how will you find that user left?
That's what I'm explaining. So you all minimize your videos.
वो मेरे को नहीं आता है. Carry deserves to be shoulder.
Okay. ठीक है. I hope everybody can see, right? So if you open a bottle with your right hand, you have to give a patient. If you're confused, you have to tell the patient to open the bottle. The right hand, if he uses to open the cap, if it is very tight, it is right-handed person. If he uses left-handed, left to open a bottle, then he is left-handed. Okay. The energy, automatically it happens. You don't tell him that which hand you use. Just give the bottle, open this bottle. It should be random.
The way Amitabh Bachchan claps.
Yeah. So the right hand dominant is right-handed. Left hand dominant is left-handed. But somebody claps like this in front of you, then you have to give the bottle.
Okay. So, प्रियंका होत नहीं का केस?
सर कर रहा हूं मैं.
हाँ, तब तक मैं वो केस दिखाता था. हम लोग एक I'll take a case of ovarian cyst. 6 to 7 centimeters का ovarian cyst है वो. And अरे मैं गायब हो गया. ठीक है. अच्छा दिख रहा था मैं.
हाँ, now you are there.
अच्छा. तो 6-7 centimeters का ovarian cyst, right-sided. Now understand this. Right-sided ovarian cyst. And whenever there is a cyst, you have to understand the history. I asked when? After marriage. Very important. After marriage, problem started. 95% starts after marriage. It's a normal thing, phenomena. But still, after marriage, she suffered from an ovarian cyst. A huge cyst. A 6 to 7 centimeter cyst is a big cyst. How? What went wrong? So I asked her, within 3 months, इतना लफड़ा हो गया शादी के बाद. इतना क्या लफड़ा हो गया? Now this is an art of case taking. इतना क्या शादी के बाद प्रॉब्लम हो गया? तो she said nothing. nothing. So now understand. Right side ovary. Ovary belongs to. Now there are so many facets of ovary. You don't have one single aspect of ovary. Ovary is femininity. That because of ovary, we have this female hormone secreting. And it is because of ovaries, all those your female characters are responsible to that secondary characters. Ovary, female hormones. आवाज येतोय तिकडनं. बंद करा प्लीज. किचन मध्ये. This ovary means femininity. Ovary means what? It produces egg. Ovary is responsible for reproduction. So my favorite question, master had drilled this question in me. आपकी प्रोडक्टिविटी कहां चली गई? क्या क्वेश्चन है? Where is that your productivity has lost? She's tell me, I know that you have lost something in your life. What is that loss of productivity, loss of femininity, loss of hormones? What is that loss in your productivity? हमेशा पूछो. अरे यार आवाज येतोय तिकडनं. कोण आहे? आवाज बंद करा 1 मिनिट फक्त. मेरा नक्सोमी का हो गया इधर. हाँ. So what is this? So she said, no, doctor, actually, I was an accountant in my office in Pune, and now I'm in Thane, Mumbai. And now I am, after marriage, everybody told me, no, you have to sit at home, you have to sit at home. Why are you doing job? For some 2-3 years, you sit at home, enjoy your married life. But somehow I accepted, but I was not happy. My sister-in-law is an accountant. She's doing well in her life. My husband is an accountant. He's doing well in her. Bloody only because that I'm a female, I have to sit at home and I have to just sit at home and doing nothing. Bloody, I'm doing nothing. You said it rightly, doctor. My productivity is lost because I'm bloody doing nothing. Nothing is in my hand. I'm just sitting, but doing all fruitless things. Now, fruitless things. Fruitful is production. Pregnancy is fruitful. Fruitless is not producing it. So now this sent ovary, see how your thought process multiplies the emotions, and I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here at home doing nothing. Now, right side means, friends, right side is work. Boss. Always don't forget boss. 80% of all diseases come from boss. And partner is always the boss, and boss is always right. My boss is not here. Sorry. Partner is always boss, and boss is always right, and always right hand side. So she has to just keep it inside. Just she was multiplying. Now understand this multiplying of my thoughts that bloody I'm doing nothing. I'm doing my nothing. Are Pune mein I used to do so many things. Now that productivity is lost. I have nothing in my hands. I have no job in my hands. That job, that lucrative job was there. Now I'm nothing doing just sitting idle. I'm fruitless. I'm jobless. I'm fruitless. The ovary started that cyst, and that was 6 centimeters. So fast. I always tell my dear friends, don't think negative. Whatever happens in your life, take it as a chance. Take it as wisdom. Don't take it as a wound. Don't nurture wounds. Any adverse circumstance, whatever bloody hell has happening in your life, take it as a wisdom. Take it wisely. Don't take it as a wound. This wound will never heal. You will be sick all the time. Be wise and go ahead. Here what happened was, I took the dose. I gave her a dose, and after dose, Asher will show, Asher या जोविन दोनों में से कोई भी वो वीडियो प्ले करो. अगर क्रिश का रहेगा तो पहला इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि मेरा तो फॉलोअप है. I would like to tell you how within 2 months 6 सेंटीमीटर का स्टोन सिस्ट जाता है. And I took the productivity is lost. I took that femininity, that why should boys have all the fun? Bloody, I'm sitting idle, doing nothing. I lost my lucrative job, I lost my work, I've lost everything. And sitting here idle. Think. Multiplication. And see how 6 centimeters ka tumor ban gaya. And I gave her a dose of AP. So I'll tell you everything. Asher, how will you now tell us that what happened in this disease of ovarian cyst?
So ovaries, it is always the conflict which ovaries go through is loss conflict. So whenever there is a loss conflict, there is a type of scar on the ovary, and that scar is filled with a lot of fluid, and a bulb is established, which is called as the cyst. This cyst has a lot of blood circulation and a lot of repair mechanism. Why all this comes? Because if there is loss of productivity, the female has to increase her productivity. To increase her productivity, naturally the body is going to make more estrogen. So the body needs more estrogen. So these cysts, multiple cysts, have more blood circulation to the ovaries so that they can make more estrogen and make the female productive. This is a survival mechanism. And that's the reason the cyst had come.
So,
And yeah,
see,
so
understand. And see
so
this loss conflict.
so the loss conflict.
Loss means it may be a loss of femininity, it may be loss of work, it may be loss of my father, it may be loss of my affair, it may be. So when you say nusta loss conflict, understand, you don't just ratify. Ratta mat maro, dhyan mein rakho. We are here, Psychodynamics and GNM are together just to make it more simple. एक रट्टा मारोगे तो कुछ नहीं होगा, फिर वो चमत्कार का वो हो जाएगा 3 days जैसा. ऐसा मत करो. अंडरस्टैंड करो कि लॉस में something is lost. My job has been lost. My father may be lost. Is it? Am I right, Asher?
Yeah, and you and the female was in hanging conflict. She was not able to get out. When the Mayur sir gave the medicine, she got out of that loss conflict, and the cyst disappeared because she never felt that after that. So the medicine worked on the psyche, mind, and the body.
And the only science I'm telling you in front of this YouTube, the only science can resolve the conflict. I'm telling you this openly. The only scientific way of resolving the conflict of a person is that homeopathy, that efficacy and sufficiency is there. Hence, homeopathy works and just give this message to the body and the vital force. Boss, this is the deviation of vital force. You are thinking somewhere else. Then after giving the similum, this haywire thought process is channelized into the similum in the right way, in the right direction. And this in right direction happens recovery, and that is what we call as an ideal cure. If at all we have time, you can show the follow. If at all, first of all, let us, इधर क्रिश का अगर वीडियो आता रहेगा तो वो, नहीं तो फिर मेरा वीडियो दिखाओ.
Sir, if it is hemorrhagic cyst, then what can be the conflict? Hemorrhagic cyst.
Hemorrhagic cyst, there is a chocolate cyst. Hemorrhage आ गया ना? First of all, let us, क्रिश का अगर वीडियो आता रहेगा तो हेमोरेज आ गया. हेमोरेज आ गया तो क्या आ गया? ब्लड आ गया. ब्लड आया तो क्या आएगा? There must be something which is which is connected with value. Blood is value. Blood is vital. Blood is worth. Blood is significance. And I have lost my significance. I have मेरे हाथ में साला कुछ भी नहीं है. साला devaluation है, कुछ नहीं है, respect नहीं है. या तो blood is blood relationship. There must be something strongly wrong with my mother, with my siblings. Again, hemorrhagic with respect to my femininity. I'm a girl and my mother is giving more due attention to the child, my brother, because he's a boy. Sexual conflict is also ovarian cyst. मेरा प्यार किधर है? वो माँ को तो ऐसे कर रही है, मैं तो ऐसी कर रही हूँ, मैं तो अकेला पड़ गई हूँ. माँ मेरे बेटे को ज्यादा प्यार करती है. There are so many wonderful ways to understand this.
Yeah, it is whenever it is within the ovary tissue, not on the surface, there is blood involved of the old menstrual cycle, which is irregular, which fills up the cyst, which causes chocolate cyst, or we also call as ovarian endometrioma. So these two also has the same conflict, but the loss conflict will be very strong, and chocolate cyst is more difficult to treat. So the hanging conflict is higher. In my case, which I told you, when I gave carcinosin, there was a hanging conflict. So in all these hanging conflict, your doses has to be repeated. They have to be continuous plusing dose given for a very long time, and that helps you come out of hanging conflict easily. So posology is also covered if you understand psychodynamics and GNM.
सर केवाय सर का वीडियो शेअर करू?
हाँ करना.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, visible.
Volume.
अरे अच्छा आ रहा था आवाज अभी पहले. आई शपथ रे.
Play it again and volume increase, Dr. Jovin.
कौन है? जोइन है? वो फिर से प्ले करो रे. अच्छा आ रहा था प्ले.
सर क्या लग रहा है?
मिथुन ऑडियो नहीं आ
अभी
रहा है।
आवाज था, अचानक आवाज गया रे।
ऑडियो
हाँ,
ऑडियो ऑडियो
एक मिनट
अभी प्ले कर, स्टार्ट कर, फिर से स्टार्ट कर।
एक मिनट यस
Hi, hello all. I am Dr. Krishna Kumar Dinde, and I am recording this video as I
Is
will be
it audible
planning
now?
tomorrow.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be able to present live. So today's orientation program, we heard about psychodynamics, about the GNM. So why there is a need of such tools in today's era? We all know the era has changed. We are dealing with many diseases, many things, many health conditions which we have never dealt before. There has been a paradigm shift in the disease structure, the function, disease dynamics, and the disease expression as well.
Lights पण घेऊन जा.
Why this paradigm shift?
Huh.
In this couple of decades, there has been various mutations. The virus has undergone transformation, the mutations, the metamorphosis. Similarly, we have also undergone a paradigm shift in our thought process. Paradigm shift in evolvement, whether or negative, we are not yet sure, right? But and post-COVID, the scenario has changed. We are facing various conditions, autoimmune conditions, rise in cancer cases, rise in all such conditions. A shift in our tools also. And psychodynamics and GNM are such tools. Dr. Kent had said in one of his books that 100 years from now, the homeopath will be fixing 100 years from now, we'll have more tools, right, at his disposal. There would be tremendous development in science and research. So he will be in a better position to understand the disease dynamics, the dynamics of man, so as to understand man in a more better way. They didn't have the physiopathology at that time. They didn't have mechanisms, the dynamics of the disease, right? And we have everything with us. So today I'm going to example of a case. 55 came to see me, deep vein thrombosis. She mentioned in her history, I saw her in 2013. And she started that she suffered a stillbirth at 32nd week of her pregnancy in 2003. And she was married around for 12 years. And within 2 years, she had the pregnancy and stillbirth, followed by stillbirth at 32nd week. And it was devastating effect. Okay. And I tried to read about the psychodynamics, the emotional cause behind DVT. After this stillbirth, she suffered from varicose vein and consequently she suffered from DVT. And she was on warfarin tablet. The warfarin molecule is used in these conditions to avoid the clots. So we had a casual talk regarding this, but as we went deeper and deeper, I saw that fear and anxiety towards this condition. I asked her, what do you fear the most? She said, since the stillbirth, she had literally lost it. She had been very sad, very upset about that phenomena. She had lost the joy of living. And this DVT phenomena added more uncertainty and unpredictability to her health condition. Though she adopted a girl child, which was 5 years when she met me in 2003, but that condition was still lurking behind. Every morning when she used to awake, sometimes there will be swelling on the arm or the leg. The first thought that came to her mind was, is that the DVT? Because she had read all about DVT, that the clot may form and that clot may clog any artery to the important organ, to the limbs. She first suffered the attack which had clogged the main artery of her left limb. And there were chances, as informed by the doctor, her physician, that it might clog, everyone, if it clogs the pulmonary artery or the arteries to the heart, it may be fatal. So I will just show you one clip of the video. I'll share the screen where she has it's a small clip. I won't show you the whole case. I have already narrated the history. So I'm sharing it. It's just 50-second. I have 3 clips of this case. So this is just small 53-second clip. Just hear her out. Problem is there. It's a deep-seated problem. And there's one aspect of this that is unpredictability, right? How much threatened you feel on a normal day off?
On a normal day off. But if something happens, like just a small pain also, that's the worst thought.
That comes in front
That
of
comes.
us.
It doesn't come to, oh, I overslept on this side. Yeah, I heard, my daughter just kicked me on that. So maybe it's because of that. That's not the first thought. The first thought comes, oh, maybe the blood is thick.
Okay. So it's always in the back of your mind. When something happens, it comes in front. So you always feel that's unsaid or there's a threat behind.
It is.
It is. Okay.
But on a normal day, it isn't. Like today.
So this was the small clip. Stop sharing. So I thought this unpredictability. So first, I referred to books for psychodynamics. That is first book written by my friend Dr. Mayuresh Mahajan, The Third Eye of Prescription. And the second book is by Dr. Yoman Romero, Knowing Ourselves. So I'll just type thrombosis. Okay. Spring. So thrombosis, what does it implies? Thrombosis, blood, originally symbol of soul, joy, love, and family. People of the same blood must be in a continuous flow. If it is thrombus, then it is thickened, it's sealed, it coagulates and does not flow normally. Thrombosis is the formation of a blood clot in a part of the circulatory system, either a vein, an artery, or heart chamber. This represents a serial obstacle clot that can stifle the affected body part. This is very important. This represents a serious obstacle. So that clot is an obstacle which can stifle the affected body part. And if the body part is important, it may be fatal. Okay. Also in someone's life, a person in your own family or situation that is blocking your joy of living. So blocking of that joy of living can be obstacle and which can be a consequence because of some hostile person or a hostile situation in your family. Okay, so it's a feeling of being clogged, and that just wipes away the joy of living. They feel suffocated in that family. In this case, she lost her child. So there are two things involved in this: uterus and followed by thrombosis. So uterus is what? It represents any pathology represents the loss of a child or a parent. And then the formation of DVT. That is, she lost the joy of living because of the loss of child. Just check me about the uterus. This is pregnancy. So uterus is sexual conflict or loss conflict. That is losing a child or a parent. Okay. So this was the understanding. Moreover, what was striking? What was striking? The unpredictability, the uncertainty in that case, which was lurking behind all the time. That the clot may be formed and it can damage. So there was a fear, there was an anxiety all the time. And if we repertorize this, we have a rubric, delusion, sword, hanging overhead. This rubric specifically implies or represents the feeling of uncertainty, the feeling of threat, as if a sword hanging over the head can fall at any time, any point of time, and it can be fatal, leading to death. So I prescribed her ammonium mure. Second rubric along with it I took, which again reflects the unpredictability, the uncertainty, and the fatality of this disease is delusion, enemy, enemy is under the bed. So bed is the closest thing we have, right? It's in a very secure position in bedroom. The bed, the resting position where we are relaxed. We are not bothered, we are not anxious, we are not fearful because we are in our bed, in our comfort position. But see the rubric, enemy under the bed. That enemy is lying under your bed and can strike at any time. And the blow and the strike can be fatal. So these two rubrics represents the uncertainty, unpredictability, and the fatality. So I prescribed her ammonium mure with fantastic results. And the next rubric I took considered was light desire. She just urged me that I need to get out of this situation, at least to be sure that it is not fatal. So she was seeking light from me. She said, as modern medicine was unable to help me, I am just looking towards homeopathy to help me, and that is why I am here. Okay, so these were the rubrics I considered. I prescribed ammonium with. Oh God, I didn't share, so I'll just. Yeah, so this is the clipboard I shared. Delusion sword hanging overhead. Delusion enemy is under the bed and light desire for. And this was the uterus, that is lost conflict, child or parent. And the other was thrombosis. Okay, which I read from this Knowing Ourselves book by Yoman Romero. So guys, hope this orientation program has been helpful, and we are planning ahead various courses, various webinars with a topic: arthritis, rheumatology, thyroid, autoimmune, okay, skin. So various systems, respiratory system will be focusing on particular systems to get a proper and in-depth understanding of this. And accordingly, we will be choosing the speakers and cases, and it will be amazing. So see you again in the webinars ahead. Let's hope to see you soon.
Yes, Jovin, can I come for a couple of minutes on the screen?
Yes. Come, KY. Jovin.
Yes, sir.
KY sir is, I think he is there. उसको
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
spotlight
yes.
में लाना।
I'm taking him a spotlight.
हाँ, spotlight, sorry.
Yes, sir.
क्या हुआ है?
Yeah. So in this case, what happened? She started the case with problem of DVT. She was explaining me how that DVT problem couldn't make her pregnant, and so she had to adopt a girl. But the problem was, I asked her, referring to the psychodynamics, what was the situation or what person was responsible for the loss of joy in your life. After that, she referred to the situation or the event of stillbirth. So anytime the person was not aware that that event could have triggered the consequences. So many a time psychodynamics and GNM helps us to ask a specific questions of what the patient might not be aware. So the loss conflict I understood by the stillbirth of her first child in the 32nd week. And I asked her, she said from that event, she lost the joy of her life. And then she was so upset, disheartened, devastated that and followed by DVT. And that condition explained the uncertainty of her life, that she couldn't become pregnant and anything can happen in life. So she adopted a girl, she evolved, but the problem of DVT sustained, for which she needed the prescription. And that uncertainty and unpredictability of her adapting nature or her adaptation or her concern made me prescribe ammonium muriaticum. So this was the case, and see how these questions from psychodynamics and GNM helps us to focus on the core issues of a case. And addressing the core is the first step, and converting that core of the case into rubrics, that is ailments or delusion, becomes so important, right? So this was the case, and hope this orientation program has helped you in having the glimpses of what we are going to take in the following seminars and following webinars. Okay, guys. So over to you, Ashar, Sunil, and Mayur.
Yeah, wonderful case, KY. Wonderful case.
Yeah.
KY, we need to declare the schedule or a rough plan to the people.
Yes, yes, yes.
In a
So
coming
you
week, do that.
yes, yes, yes. You do it, Sunil. So we'll give a brief layout, and in a week's time, we'll give a perfect timetable and the names of the topics and the speakers and the cases we'll be taking in the following webinars. So over to you, Sunil.
You want to say something? Should we declare that and end of this orientation?
Yes, yes, yes. End of the orientation. Just give a fair idea of the layout, which will be finalized in this coming week. And will be released to everyone.
Hello.
Sunil, can you come on the screen?
Follow play करना है.
follow play कर
नहीं रहने वो आप बात रहने रे. Follow up is not important अभी. Declare ये हो गया अब. Important है follow up, आप लोग देख देंगे, बहुत बार देखेंगे रे.
Spotlight पे ले फिर.
Sunil, declare, you come on the screen. What are our plans? What is this Brahmastra?
What we are intending, dear friends, we are intending to focus certain bread and butter or daily diseases we encounter in our practices. So we are planning various diseases. First, we are planning to start with arthritis. So a rough schedule will be there will be 10 to 12 lectures, mostly 12 lectures. It's a series of 12 lectures, 2 hours lecture. Each lecture will be of minimum 2 hours or approximately 2 hours. There will be 10 to 12 speakers who will share their experiences. In this whole course, we are going to focus on arthritis. So what happens in arthritis, GNM facets, the connective tissue or the layers or the disorders or what happens, the healing.
Absolutely. Scope and limitation. If what there is permanent disability.
Exactly. And the different arthritis RA positive, RA negative, uric acid, SLE, and what type of question you should ask. That is most important. We are going to focus in this whole series. Suppose a person is suffering with arthritis, then what kind of question you can ask? If again we repeat, after a normal stereo case taking, you should try this. So with a bunch of 10 to 12 different speakers, different lectures, and different remedies, along with different remedies, same disease. So you will come to some little idea and how to handle with arthritis cases.
You may have come across with cases when the patient has been taking allopathic or any painkillers for last 6-7 years and is not ready. What is the scope? When to give that hope that yes, you can, I can make it, I can cure this. What is this? When the patient is taking steroid, what is the approach of a homeopathy physician? What is the approach of a homeopathy physician where he forgets his concern adaptation reaction because I'm suffering from this last 12 years. So 12 saal se if I'm suffering, to concern adaptation reaction, patient forgets, na? And he develops him. That's what Asher was talking about, a hanging conflict. Some or the other thing is coming up, popping up. So what is to be taken? What is to be considered? Very interesting.
In such a long-standing chronic diseases, na, present concern adaptation reaction is temporary. Again, when you focus on present concern adaptation reaction, then it gives a temporary palliation and again disease recurs. And you are stuck up. That is hanging conflict. So how to approach such cases? What potency, what repetition? Again, the idea of GNM psychodynamics. So we called it as a certified course. We are planning to conduct this course on weekdays. So for example, Wednesday and Thursday at night, 8 to 10. So there will be 12 lectures, 6 weeks. 6 Wednesday, 6 day, 2 hours each lectures, and in the total 12 lectures, we will try to cover maximum part of arthritis, including GNM, psychodynamics, medicine, potency, approach, and questionnaire commonly asked.
Question means including what liniment? What is the liniment? When she applies the liniment? What is an art? When does she apply the liniment? Is very important. This artistic approach we will try to share. So, Anna Sunil.
Yes.
Most important is the management. In long-standing chronic cases, the management is very important.
Absolutely.
So that we are going to share with you all.
This long, many people have demanded that, sir, try to run a series focused on disease. So we are planning this arthritis, thyroid, diabetes, cancer, gastric upsets, female disorders, or ovarian disorders. So that way we are going to plan it.
Pain management. How can you manage a pain? You should be a master in pain management. If you want to excel in practice, be a master in pain management. Any type of pain coming in front of you, should manage. And homeopathy has this efficacy, man. No doubt other systems also has equal important and absolute results. But you should be a master in pain management. How to master? We will guide you. Definitely.
Recording, as like other series, recordings will be there. Why we have kept this series limited on weekdays? Because every Sunday will get locked. So इसलिए we will focus this, and days will be fixed. It will be declared, whole timetable will be declared in advance, so you can plan your OPD. Timing 8 to 10 p.m. So it will be feasible all over the world. Internationally also, lots of people will join this course. So we have to think about the timings, which is feasible for all. And we will conduct these lectures. Recordings will be there. Course, we are planning to start this course in mid-December only. Most probably from 11-12 December, this will start. So we will declare in a few days only the structure, the fee structure, and the process, how to enroll.
Dr. Jayant wants to share some screen. Before he's sharing the screen, we would like to thank the entire tech team, the soul team, Joyan, Jovin, Dr. Gopi, Dr. Jain, Dr. Jovin, Dr. PC, Dr. Priyanka, Dr. Neelam, Dr. Mithun. Yeah, your presence, all of your presence is always worth, always. Thank you.
And most important, before closing, all directors and mentors of senior mentors of HHF are HHF is over there in this whole orientation. Doctor, if they want to share something, if they want to say something,
They
Yashwant,
can come ahead and say something
Yogesh
about
Rao, Sarang Ralkar, all are there. So
video.
they can
Please share
participate also before closing.
वीडियो ये करो अपना ओपन करके बोल सकते हो.
Yes, the lectures I heard from start to end. I can't put on my video, my face is looking horrible. But the lectures were fantastic, very, very well planned and very informative, a very good learning. That too free of charge for all the homeopaths. Definitely, HHF is going a very big way and grand way. It is going to be, it is global now, and it is going to just rise higher and higher with the kind of quality education that you all are providing, with all the coordination and commitment, on a Sunday sitting and just being there without your families around, but then that commitment which comes from our mentors, it really boosts us that yes, we should also do it in this way. Our children are also listening कि अच्छा right side left side क्या होता है. They are correlating, okay, my this friend has PCOD, what must have gone wrong with her. They are getting sensitized by all this, by listening that what must have gone wrong with her. So that sensitivity they are also developing. I am sure all the husbands, all the mother-in-laws, all are listening to everything that you all are saying. So these webinars are not only educating the homeopaths, but they are sensitizing everyone around the homeopaths also, the families, the friends. So really hats off to your dedication and the coordination. Keep going. Bye.
This is Dr. Pallavi Chaturvedi, one of the most favorite student of Dr. Milind Rao sir, and she is a master in PCOD. Not only PCOD, she is master in everything.
No.
But yes, we have seen so many PCOD cases solved by Dr. Pallavi Chaturvedi. Hats off to your passion and commitment towards organization.
So you all are going in a different tangent, taking it much ahead than what I'm doing. I'm learning from you all.
Just go through the slides where we are going conducting seminars.
Any other mentors are also there. Those who wants to participate, please come forward.
Yeah, friends. So everyone has got a glimpse.
Yogesh?
Jovin, remove our spotlight and give the spotlight to.
Hello.
Yeah. So this is going to be a concert. So many different like instruments, so many different rhythms, and everyone is going to play their own role. And I'm sure everyone will enjoy this process of understanding the disease into the depth, including GNM, including psychodynamics, the management, and ultimate aim of HHF arranging this kind of webinars and series of webinars is to make you expertise and get more skilled in each and every case, which most of us find or used to find it difficult in certain era. But now you get that confidence that okay, we can tackle these cases. So the ultimate aim is to make you well equipped with your well versed with your weapons. So I hope everyone will enjoy it. Yeah.
Dr. Yashwant?
Continue, sir.
Bola.
Dr. Yashwant, Dr. Sarang Ralkar, Dr. Vikas Bade, everyone is there. Rahul, Mithun. Yes, Yogesh Onrao said in a very appropriate word, it will be a concert. Every artist, we all will come together and try to play that concert. और कोई बोलना चाहता है? जोविन, जयंत, और अदरवाइज लेट्स कंक्लूड. यस, मयूर सर.
Yes, Jayant was supposed to play some video, right? Jayant, play the
हाँ
video.
जयंता.
व्हिडिओ व्हिडिओ नाहीये नाही सर. एक हे पाठवत होतो पण त्याला होत नाहीये ते. 1 मिनिट. ठीक है, मैं बोल ही देता हूँ.
क्या
अभी
क्या क्या करना है बता ना जयंत.
मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ. शेयर ही नहीं
कैमरे
हो.
पे आजा, कैमरे पे आजा, सामने आजा.
मुझे भेज देना, मुझे भेज, मैं करता हूँ.
नहीं ठीक है, 1 मिनट रुक. नथिंग हैपेंस बाय चांस जो होता है ऐसे होता है.
जरूर कुछ तो
जयंत खुद ही गब्बर है.
आया है क्या? कुछ आया है? कुछ
आया.
आ रहा है.
आया आया.
हाँ सूर्य, हाँ जयद्रथ.
क्या आया है?
हाँ सूर्य, हाँ जयद्रथ.
सूर्य,
हाँ,
हाँ जयद्रथ.
ये जो स्टोरी है ना, मैं राव सर बोलता सर ये साइकोडायनामिक क्यों आप इतना करते हैं? तो राव सर ने मुझे बताया था क्या है. वो महाभारत में एक स्टोरी होती है. अभी अपना सीरीज का नाम भी ब्रह्मास्त्र है, और ब्रह्मास्त्र मोस्टली महाभारत में यूज किया गया था. तो राव सर ने बोला कैसा होता है कि अर्जुन शपथ लेता है कि आज मैं ये जयद्रथ को मार दूंगा, और पूरा कोशिश करके जाता है और रात को, लेकिन शाम हो जाती है और सूरज ढल जाता है. तो सबको लगता है सूरज ढल गया है, तो सब बोलते हैं कि अभी हार गया, अभी अर्जुन हार गया. तो फिर श्री कृष्ण क्या करता है, आहिस्ते से वो जो सूरज के ऊपर जो बादल आते हैं वो हटा देते हैं, और कृष्ण अर्जुन को बोलते हैं ये सूर्य और ये जयद्रथ, अभी इसको यू कैन किल हिम. तो ऐसे होता है होम्योपैथ का कि बहुत कोशिश करते हैं, फिर होप सब खत्म हो जाता है, यार अभी ये पेशेंट नहीं ठीक होगा. तो फिर ये साइकोडायनेमिक्स और ये थर्ड आई जब आप यूज करोगे तो आपको ये पैथोलॉजी नामक जयद्रथ को आप किल कर सकते हो. सो दिट इज. और मैंने इतने केसेस निकाले थर्ड आई प्रिस्क्रिप्शन के पढ़ने के बाद कि ऐसे ही लगता है कि ऐसा बुलसाई होता है ना, कि ऐसे लगता है कि हाँ सूर्य और हाँ जयद्रथ, बस ये पेशेंट निकलने वाला ही है, निकलेगा ही. सो इट इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल सीरीज, सो डोंट मिस इट. थैंक यू सर.
जैसे अभी जयंत ने बोला कि महाभारत में ब्रह्मास्त्र यूज हुआ है. महाभारत में 3 बार ब्रह्मास्त्र यूज हुआ था. तो तीनों बार जो सिचुएशन थी, क्राइसिस सिचुएशन, जब जब सत्य जब बाजी हारता है तभी ब्रह्मास्त्र निकला गया है. अधर्म के ऊपर जब धर्म को विजय लेना जरूरी होता है, फॉर सेक ऑफ सर्वाइवल ऑफ होल यूनिवर्स एंड फॉर गुड फॉर
फॉर अ गुड कॉज
ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी, तब ब्रह्मास्त्र यूज हुआ है. और वही ब्रह्मास्त्र ने काम किया. बाकी कर्ण ने भी ट्राई किया था पर हुआ नहीं था. अश्वत्थामा ने भी ट्राई किया, नहीं हुआ था. वो अधर्म के लिए किया था, इसलिए नहीं हुआ था. तो ब्रह्मास्त्र ये जो नाम रखा है ना, ये बहुत सोच समझ के रखा है. जो मयूर सर ने एक चीज बोला, और अशर सर एंड केवाई सर, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा सा मैं जोड़ के आपको बोलता हूँ. केवाई सर ने एक बहुत अच्छा बोला कि एक अभी जो एरा चल रहा है ना, कि जो केसेस आ रहे हैं बहुत बुरे आफ्टर कोविड, तो वो केसेस क्या है, वो केस में एक चीज है, और वो चीज है नो थिंग. तुमको वो नो थिंग हिट करना है तो तुमको ये ब्रह्मास्त्र करना जरूरी है. समझे? और जब ब्रह्मास्त्र आपको समझना है, तो ब्रह्मास्त्र 2 लोगों के पास है हमारे इसमें मैं स्ट्रेटली बोल देता हूँ. तो वो सीखना पड़ेगा आपको. तो क्या हुआ, राव सर के पास ब्रह्मास्त्र था. तो राव सर जाने के बाद वो ब्रह्मास्त्र सबको दे के गए. तो उसमें क्या हुआ, कोई किसी ने शुरू के मंत्र लिए, किसी ने बीच के मंत्र लिए, किसी ने आखिरी वाले मंत्र लिए, और ये जो कंबाइन बना है ना अभी सीरीज, तो आपको सबको सुनना पड़ेगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक सेक्शन अभी सुन लिया, ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम तो हो गया. इसमें मैंने कमेंट्स में देखा लोगों का जो एवरेजनेस, ग्रीडीनेस है उधर दिख रहा था. उधर लिख रहे थे लोग, व्हाइट पैच के लिए क्या, सोरेसिस के लिए क्या, उसके लिए क्या, इसके लिए क्या. ऐसा टुकड़ा टुकड़े में कुछ नहीं होगा. आपको पूरा सीखना है ब्रह्मास्त्र, तो आपको वो पूरा एपिसोड देखना पड़ेगा. जैसे महाभारत का अभी जो मैंने बोला, शायद बहुत से लोगों को मालूम नहीं होगा कि 4 बार यूज हुआ है. और किस लिए, सिर्फ मालूम है कि ब्रह्मास्त्र। तुम गूगल पे सर्च करोगे ना ब्रह्मास्त्र, तो ब्रह्मास्त्र पार्ट 2 का रिलीजिंग डेट देते हैं अभी ये लोग। ब्रह्मास्त्र कब यूज हुआ है ये नहीं बोलते।
मूवी ब्रह्मास्त्र
मूवी।
बोल रहे हो।
तो ये सीरीज करना बहुत जरूरी है। और बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता है कि हम नए हैं तो ब्रह्मास्त्र अभी क्या जरूरत है, पर सबको जरूरी है। हम इतने फॉर्चुनेट नहीं थे कि डे फर्स्ट से हमको ब्रह्मास्त्र यूज करता है, पर हम इतने फॉर्चुनेट थे कि ब्रह्मास्त्र का यूज हमारे सामने हो रहा था बहुत बार, पर हमें वो मालूम नहीं था कि ये ब्रह्मास्त्र है। जैसे मयूर सर बोलते थे ना, वो राव सर के टाइम में नोथिंग नोथिंग, वैसे ही हमारा ही था सेम कि नोथिंग नोथिंग सर, कुछ भी पूछते कुछ भी करते, तो ब्रह्मास्त्र था। जिधर नोथिंग है उधर ब्रह्मास्त्र के सिवा तुम केस नहीं निकाल सकते हो। बस इतना ही बोलूंगा कि सबने ब्रह्मास्त्र अटेंड करना चाहिए सीरीज, और बहुत यूजफुल रहेगा सबके लिए। थैंक यू।
So wonderful, K. Wonderful time. It was a wonderful time. नेक्स्ट टाइम हम लोग और इससे आएंगे। मैं अपना 4 पार्ट्स ऑफ माइंड देना भूल गया सुनील सर। नेक्स्ट टाइम करेंगे। एंड
क्या बोल गया?
वो हाउ विल यू डिवाइड 4 पार्ट्स ऑफ योर माइंड, वो रहेगा ना हम लोग नेक्स्ट टाइम।
अगली बार।
well done all of you guys.
अरे नाइस सर, या
KY, Sunil, Asher, Mayur, all did a wonderful job. 4 घंटा बहुत आपने अच्छा से समझाया सबको। HHF की तरफ से मैं आप सबका शुक्रगुजार हूँ। टेक टीम ने भी बहुत बढ़िया किया। जैन, जोविन, 3 cheers to all of them.
हमारे HF के लोगों की से भी केसेस हम लोग लेंगे, हम उनसे भी सीखने वाले हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि हम ही सिखाएं, हम लोग उनसे भी सीखेंगे। ठीक है,
थैंक यू।
छोड़ने का मन हो रहा है कि नहीं?
यस यस।
नहीं, छोड़ना तो पड़ेगा फिर से मिलने के लिए। चलो गाइस,
लव यू ऑल।
चलो बाय।
See you in Brahmastra season 1.
Meet you.
जोविन अपना यूट्यूब में वो
चलो मिलते हैं अगेन।
या यूट्यूब का
Bye
वो
everyone.
जोविन रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ कर, वो
ऑफ
यूट्यूब डिलीट कर।
ऑफ करना पड़ेगा ना जोविन?
यस सर।
अरे उनको बोलना रह गया कि प्लीज लाइक सब्सक्राइब वगैरह यार से।
हो गया, अभी ऑफ हो गया, अभी रिकॉर्डिंग बंद हो गया।
अरे आसू देना, अपना हिंदी चैनल है यार, कम ऑन, HF का चैनल है ऑन, फिर से पॉज नहीं कर सकते?
पॉज कर दिया
आई
सर।
वांट सुनील सर टू टेल प्लीज लाइक सब्सक्राइब एंड कमेंट ऑन द कमेंट बॉक्स, ऐसा आई वांट सुनील सर टू से ऑन यूट्यूब चैनल।
लेकिन वो लीव किया ना उधर से।
मैं है अभी भी
जितने
207
हैं
लोग
उनके लिए बोल सकते हैं ना सर।
हाँ?
बोल
अरे
सकते
नहीं, चैनल से लीव किया, ये लोग इधर है ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ मैं। चैनल पे जाना है ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ।
ओके।
Still, it's a humble request and ardent appeal to all. Like, subscribe and क्या? Comment. Like, subscribe and comment on our YouTube channel Hindi.
HHF Hindi, share, love you all, thank you all and
बाय।
bye. अरे